What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we are live here on Friday night. I know a lot of people are watching the Miami Heat game right now because it is the closeout game. Oh, I'm sorry, I might be making some people upset. Well, it's game 6, and Miami Heat are going to be scrapping and fighting for their life to force a game 7. And we'll see how that goes. But happy birthday to Marvin Hodgins. All right. Happy birthday to you, homie. I'm glad that you're rocking with us tonight. I wish you many more. And I hope you enjoyed your day, bro. Excuse me. Um, and it looks like a lot of people are sending you some happy birthday love, man. Again, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. All right. We had a great show earlier today. If you didn't check it out, make sure you go check it out. We had some film that was leaked out of the organization. Some really good stuff that was very promising for everybody involved, including Tua Tagovailoa. I told y'all earlier, I'm very happy that he was taking the risks that he was taking, at least the first play, right? Over the middle, but keep working on it and it'll hopefully get to perfection. But then we had a spirited debate at the end of this conversation, me, EM, and CB83, and basically about Tua, the trajectory. He's on a fair trajectory for young quarterbacks. And I disagree. Now, don't get me wrong. I saw in the comment section where a lot of people actually disagree with me, but I really want to talk about this because I personally feel like I got a good point. And I'm going to try to do that within an hour. I'm going to try my best to get it done, everything done within an hour because I want to hang out with the wife tonight. But listen, let's talk about this topic, okay? The topic of what is a fair trajectory for young quarterbacks. Is Tua Tagovailoa on pace? I think that's a good thing that we need to talk about. First and foremost, when you talk about trajectory and on pace, the first thing you have to establish is where you eventually want them to go, where you want them to be. And how about y'all tell me, where do you want your quarterback to be? What is the goal for all quarterbacks coming into the NFL? There is one goal. And I'm not talking about the, team goal of winning a Super Bowl or whatever. For quarterbacks, there is one goal. Their goal is to become something. Put it in the comment section of what a quarterback's minimum expectation is to become when they come in the league. Somebody please tell me you know what I'm talking about. What is a quarterback's job to prove that they are? What do they need to become? It's real simple. Thank you, Mar Justice. To become a franchise QB, period. That don't mean you got to be elite. That don't mean you have to be great. There are really good franchise quarterbacks. There are franchise quarterbacks that's not as good as Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. The goal is just to become a franchise quarterback. A guy that the team builds around, who they don't plan on trading for an upgrade, a guy that they feel they could win a Super Bowl with, and they're going to keep trying to figure it out until they do. The goal is to become a franchise quarterback. Why do we have to establish that first? Because if we're talking about trajectory, where they're headed and what they should be, the only sample size that you include are guys who ended up being franchise quarterbacks. You don't include nobody in that unless they were a franchise quarterback. So once you establish and determine who all the franchise quarterbacks were, you then and only then look at their trajectory. I don't care nothing about the trajectory of the past bums in the league, the guys that never became a franchise quarterback. I don't care about their trajectory. Don't tell me that Tua's on a normal trajectory, because the normal trajectory is low, and most of those guys do not end up franchise quarterbacks. And I tried to express to these gentlemen today that, believe it or not, if you're an average quarterback in the first 2 years, you have a much greater sample size of being a backup or out of the league. Most franchise quarterbacks, overwhelmingly, the franchise quarterback, more than not, has had success in their first 2 years. They were at least a top 16 quarterback, the better half of the league in their first 2 years. Guys that became a franchise quarterback that were not top 16 at least once in their first 2 years, it's rare. It is so rare, ladies and gentlemen. It's so rare. You have to be able to show something in your first 2 years. Does the first 2 years write the conclusion? No, but the data shows you that it is a good indicator. It is a good indicator. Is it flawless? No, because you always have outliers, like we always bring up. Drew Brees and Josh Allen. They were trash their first 2 years, but they ended up becoming a franchise quarterback. So it's possible. But we ignore how many guys were trash their first 2 years that remain trash. You could take 100 quarterbacks that were trash their first 2 years, about 85 of them remain trash. Maybe even 90. Maybe even 90. And to add insult to injury, what makes it even worse, some of the guys that were good their first 2 years even end up becoming trash. That's even worse. So when we talk about trajectory, we need to stop saying that Tua's on pace because Josh Allen was looking like this his first 2 years. You can't use the outliers and make that the norm. You can't use the outliers and make them the bar. And even those outliers at least had certain intangibles that you can't replace. You can't replace, you can't teach Josh Allen's cannon arm. You can't teach his running ability with size. You can't teach those things. You can't. You can't. So, somebody said Phillip Rivers. What about Phillip Rivers? A Crown A. What are you saying about Phillip Rivers? Are you saying he was trash his first 2 years? What are you saying, King A? Please tell me. Are you trying to say Phillip Rivers was trash his first 2 years? I hope not. I hope not. Excuse me. No rings? Yeah, we're not talking about the rings. We're talking about being a franchise quarterback. Being a franchise quarterback. Super Bowl or bust. Now, I like that mentality. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you on that. Super Bowl or bust. But at the same token, that's just not the reality for 90% of the quarterbacks. A Super Bowl. It's not the reality. But yeah, I agree. Phillip Rivers was good out the gate. But anyway, so this is what I did. These guys, what are the receipts? You know I go find the receipts, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I told them you got to stop going all the way back to the 90s trying to use examples from the 90s. This is a new football league. You cannot go back to the 90s to try to make your point. So y'all know TD get his receipts. I went and did my research. I went and got the data. And I went for all quarterbacks from the year 2000 to 2022. from 2000 to the year 2022. I went to go write down all the franchise quarterbacks between 2000 and 2022, all the franchise quarterbacks. And some of y'all might argue some of them ain't, but I put some on there anyway. I put some of these guys on there anyway, just so nobody could say I was leaving certain people out. I didn't finish my list, but I got up to 35. I got up to 35. And I'm sure I could have found another 10 maybe. And they wouldn't have been great. They would have been, because I already got all the great ones on here. Ain't no great one left out. Ain't no franchise guaranteed player left out. Some of the guys on the fence, I'm going to go back and add them on, okay? But I got up to 35 because they are trying to tell us that in the first 2 years, many of these guys struggle, which is just not true. It's just not true. And what I did is I went through some of the list of these guys. I didn't have the list for all of them. So what that means is we're going to look at some of them together. All right. And I'm going to go down the list. 35 quarterbacks. I'm going to go down the list and I'm going to cross them off as we go. And I want y'all to tell me, did these guys struggle their first 2 years? And we'll start out with the GOAT himself, Tom Brady, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, when we say struggle, we're talking about how you played versus your peers, becoming a top quarterback in the NFL in your first 2 years, top 16, or in a better half. Tom Brady, did he struggle his first 2 years, ladies and gentlemen? Did he already prove in his first 2 years that he was going to be a franchise quarterback? And it's sad that I'm getting some people that say nope when the man in the first year that he actually got to play, the first year that he actually laced it up. I can't believe some people saying yes. The first year he actually laced it up, he made the Pro Bowl. How are you going to sit here and try to say Tom Brady struggled in his first 2 years when he made the Pro Bowl 1 year? This is about showing that you're capable in your first 2 years. It doesn't matter which year you do, but show me you're capable. The man made the Pro Bowl. And remember, the parameter is top 16 in the first 2 years. Somebody said when he replaced the guy, isn't the Pro Bowl replacement top 16? Because otherwise, you mean to tell me in your conference you don't have enough guys to replace them? Y'all ridiculous. I see where this is going to go. If we're going to start out already saying they didn't know they had something in Tom Brady from the first 2 years, then we already know y'all going to be making excuses. Tom Brady made the Pro Bowl in his first 2 years. He already showed intangibles. And remember, the Pro Bowl is a popularity contest, but it ain't a popularity contest when you're an alternate because the NFL selects you. He replaced Drew Bledsoe. Like I said, it ain't a popularity contest anymore when the NFL selects you. Tom Brady, they knew in the first 2 years, man. Y'all done lost y'all mind. TD, he did, but the play, the ball controlled offense. Hey, listen, that's what the NFL was back then. They wanted me to go back. This is what I got a lot of guys that's older on this list. We got a whole bunch of guys on here that made the Pro Bowl with 2,700 yards and 3,000 yards. Don't forget, the early 2000s NFL, that's what it was. We got a whole bunch of guys over here that had 52 and 55% completion percentage. But remember, that was back when you can beat a receiver up. That was back when you can nail the quarterbacks. It was harder back then. Some of y'all will see some of these guys' completion percentage. You'll see some of these guys' completion percentage and be like, oh, how could he be a top 16? That's what it was back then. Quarterbacks wouldn't throw in at those 70 and all of that percent on the norm. That was like you throw 70% back then, you were number one in the league. 62 and 63 was great back then. When you can hold on to receivers and just you can be physical with them back then. All the numbers were lower back then. Quarterbacks was 3,000 yards, you had a great year. So we're talking about, this is why I also said, this is why when I was arguing with those guys earlier, I said, you got to look at the last 10 years. The NFL is changing. And I went back 20 just to give them a little bit of the olden time. But let's not try to compare yardage and stuff like that with Brady's first year versus what guys are doing today. It's totally different. So the stats that Tom Brady put up back then, when you look at them, you'd be like, that made the Pro Bowl? Yes, because it wasn't that many people doing that much more. But anyway, Tom Brady, that's the first one. Drew Brees, we looked him up and we already know that's one of the rare ones. He did not play well the first 2 years, and he turned it on in year 3. Balled out, matter of fact. That's one of the anomalies. Then you have Peyton Manning. How was Peyton Manning in his first 2 years? Was he trash? Or did they know they had their guy in 2 years with Peyton Manning? Yes or no in the comment section. Was Peyton Manning, did he play average or below in his first 2 years as a collective? Because everybody love bringing up how many picks he threw the first year. And y'all say yes, but he made the Pro Bowl in his second year. Because all y'all do is talk about his first year. Everybody bring up the picks from his first year. But year number 2, he made the Pro Bowl. Peyton Manning was in the Pro Bowl in year number 2. Because all y'all do is bring up year number 1. Ray Love said 2,800 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 12 picks. Tom Brady Pro Bowl year. LOL. Go look at the top quarterbacks that year. The top quarterback pretty much had probably like 3,600 yards. So you can laugh at it now, but back then that was good stats. Those were good numbers. You should have looked up his completion percentage too. I bet you that ain't beautiful either compared to today. But Peyton Manning had a year 1 to year 2 jump. That's why I told y'all you could actually know within 2 years about a guy. You can know in 2 years about a guy. This man went to the Pro Bowl in year 2. Let's go to the next one. Aaron Rodgers. I don't think we need to even bring him up. Everybody knows he was on point. He went to the Pro Bowl in year 2. But everybody knows he was on point early on in his career. There's no debate about that pretty much. I don't think we need to debate about Aaron Rodgers, do we? Yes or no, ladies and gentlemen? Manning already had them genes. Yeah, you can't knock that. Anyway, let's keep it going because I ain't finna debate nobody about Aaron Rodgers. Number 5, Phillip Rivers. Did Phillip Rivers struggle in his first 2 years? Did Phillip Rivers struggle in his first 2 years? That's an unfair question because Phillip Rivers didn't even play his first 2 years. He had 0 starts in his first 2 years because they already had their guy. But the first year Phillip Rivers played was in 2006. He was a rookie. Well, not a rookie, but he was the first time Pro Bowler the first year he started the game. He went 14-2, played all 16 games. He was the Pro Bowler that threw for 3,400 yards. He was one of the best in the NFL his first year. Let me look at the rate of comparison. Give me a second. All right. Oh man, I done lost my space, my place. Okay, I got it now. But he was a Pro Bowler in his first year, starting in year 3. He sat his first 2 years. Okay. Kurt Warner. I'm not going to have to debate with y'all about Kurt Warner. He was a Pro Bowler his first year, and he was first team All Pro in his first year. Kurt Warner was first team All Pro. Let's go to Ben Roethlisberger. They told me on the last stream, Ben wasn't good his first year. Ben wasn't good. I mean, his first 2 years. Ben wasn't good his first 2 years. So you mean to tell me Ben Roethlisberger was first team. Wait, hold on. He was the rookie of the year, number 1, his rookie year, and he had the 5th best QBR in the entire NFL. And you mean to tell me year 1 didn't show them? And in year 2, he had the 3rd best QBR in the NFL. Come on. Doug said Kurt Warner couldn't make the NFL his first year, bud. How you going to say he couldn't make the NFL when they didn't even give him a chance? He started 0 games. I don't care about, oh, you came to camp and the guy beat you out. You didn't even start him. So how can we say he couldn't make the NFL his first 2 years? He started 0 games. In the first season, 3 years, in year 3, he starts his first start and he goes 14-2. And you mean to tell me? Come on, man. Ben Roethlisberger, they showed from day 1. He showed it from day 1. We're 7 franchise quarterbacks in they first 2 years, they showed themselves. TD, year 2, Big B and won a Super Bowl. I didn't even put that in there. I didn't want to look at Super Bowls. I just knew that he had the 3rd best QBR in the entire NFL his second year. In his first year, he was Rookie of the Year. It's that simple. Let's move forward. All right, let's pull up some more. Y'all give me a second. Oh, I hate when my screen does this. Aggravates the heck out of me. All right, there we go. Got it. Bingo. All right. All right, let's move forward, man. Let's move forward. Eli Manning, first 2 seasons in the NFL. Was he average or below or above average? Eli Manning, ladies and gentlemen. Screen is black, TD. I'm looking at it. It's not black. Please tell me, was Eli Manning just average his first 2 years? The thing about Eli Manning, he's always been above average to, at his best, really good. He's never been elite, never been great, never been any of that, but he's been above average to really good. Eli, see, the thing is, Eli always had an issue with completion percentage. But in his first 2 years, basically the first full year that he got to start, because his rookie year, he played 7 games. But the next year, he actually put up 3,700 yards, which was 4th in the NFL that year. 24-17 touchdown to interception ratio. And what I need to do is look up quarterback rankings at the time. Somebody said above average and great football IQ. Eli wasn't average. In those times, he was putting up above average numbers. He was putting above average numbers up. The problem with Eli is Eli never can get better with his completion percentage. I mean, later in his career, he got much better, but that's attributed to the NFL rule changes. I don't think it's just attributed to him, because Eli's in both eras where he got at least 5 years of the tough NFL in and then the rest of it, because he like literally averages like a 64%. And then all of a sudden, as soon as 2012 came, it jumped up and he was averaging a lot more every year. You know, those rules started to change. But Eli always showed that consistent growth in. Wait, hold on. Who am I on? My bad. I'm on. I can't keep mixing people. Let me put this by itself. Eli was above average. They knew what they had in Eli. They knew that they could continue to build around him at the time. And I'll tell, and here's your tell. Here's your tell. In the NFL Eli started in, I would take Eli over Tua. Are we? And I ain't talking about upside. I'm talking about at that moment in that NFL, Eli basically put up those kind of numbers in that NFL when the rules were much tougher. Rules were much tougher. And heck, his first full season, he went 11-5. Let me see here. Let's go to the next one, man. Let me give me a second. Matt Ryan. Let's go look at Matt Ryan's. Matty Ice. I don't know what Matt did his first 2 years. I know him, Tannehill, and Andrew Luck were the top 3 quarterbacks for yards thrown in the first 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. I remember that stat coming out because I was a Tannehill junkie. I was the Tannehill junkie. So Matt Ryan's first year, he went 11-5, 3,400 yards, 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Let me go look up his QBR compared to his peers. Well, let me look at both let me look at both years and then pull it up. Playoffs first 2 years, he went to the playoffs. Yards decreased, but touchdown to interception ratio got better in the second year. Let's see, where's the rate? QB rating of 88 and 81. Let me pull up. Let me see, what year was that again? 2008. QB ranking NFL. Oh boy. In 2008, they ranked Matt Ryan number 7 in the NFL of QBs. He was ranked number 7 in the NFL in QBs. And remember, I told y'all, be top 16 in your first 2 years. All these people, I put Tua at 19. I put him at 22. If you top 16 in your first 2 years, your trajectory is on pace. You're not on pace if you're not top 16 in your first 2 years. Unless you're going to be an anomaly like Josh Allen and Drew Brees. That's the whole point of this now, y'all. So in 2008, he was number 7. Now let's go to 2009. Let's see what he was in 2009. Oh, I thought he was number 1, but that was Matt Shaw. Ooh, I often to say, dang, number 1? Wrong, Matt. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Matt Ryan. Give me a second. All right, what number is that? 14. He was the 14th ranked quarterback. 14 in 2009. In his rookie year, he was 7th. Do you think his franchise felt that he was going to be good enough to be a franchise quarterback in 2 years? Another one bites the dust. Russell Wilson, we ain't got to talk about that. We all already know in his first 2 years what he gave the team. He was definitely a top 16 quarterback in his first 2 years. Any debates on that? Yes or no in the comment section. Russell Wilson, we can bypass him. Franchise quarterback in the first 2 years or not? Did they know? Yes or no in the comment section. Antoine, crazy. I say Russell Wilson. All right, next one on the list. Who is it? Michael Vick. Oh, he fell into this. I didn't know I had him down. Let's see how Michael Vick. I don't know Michael Vick's first 2 years, how he did. I have no clue. Well, I could tell you off rip, he made the Pro Bowl in his second year. His first year, he only started 2 games, so we don't count that. So technically his first year, he made the Pro Bowl. Then his second official year, he only played 4 games. So you don't want to count that either. Matter of fact, the games that he played, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL because he made the Pro Bowl 3 out of those 5 years. In 2 of those 5 years, he only played a total of 6 games. So we don't even need to worry about Mike Vick. He was balling from day one. Mike Vick was balling from day one. What people don't understand is there weren't many great quarterbacks in the early 2000s anymore. Remember I told y'all about the article the NFL released that they were getting concerned? And that's why they also changed the rules. Do y'all remember that? The NFL was getting concerned because there wasn't enough good quality quarterbacks that can run a franchise. And that's where all the rule changes came. Because when you look at the numbers these guys were putting up back then, these were Pro Bowl worthy numbers. Now, don't get me wrong, Vic was he was running the ball too. But these, you'd be shocked to believe that these are Pro Bowl worthy numbers. The man made the Pro Bowl throwing 2,300 yards, 2,400 yards another season. His first year playing, he threw for 2,900 yards, made the Pro Bowl. Now, he had a 2-to-1 interception ratio that year, which was great. That doesn't help your narrative, bud. It does. This is why I was arguing earlier. This is a different NFL. A lot more talent are occupying the top 16 spots now. It's a lot more franchise quarterbacks right now than there were in these years. A lot more. I mean, back in the early 2000s, you had maybe 8 franchise quarterbacks. Right now, at least teams think they got 16 of them. They think they do at least. Let's keep it going. Matthew Stafford. I'm going to pull him up, but I don't think I have to because this man was throwing the ball all over the field from day one. Engraven said, much love, TD. Keep doing what you've been doing, my boy. Salute to you, homie. We need to link up. We need to talk, man. We need to talk, man, about what's going on in Ravens country. Hit me up, bro. Hit me up, man. Matthew Stafford, his second year, he made the Pro Bowl. Well, technically his first year because his official first year, he only started 2 games. And look at that. I mean, the man threw for 800 yards. Is that right? In 2 games? It's crazy. Anyway, but his first official year, he played 15 games. He made the Pro Bowl. 2,900 yards, 16 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Those were the numbers back then, y'all. Look at all of these guys. 2002. These are pedestrian. Hold on. Let me pull him up. I'm pulling up. I'm mixing two different numbers together. Hold on. Stafford had more than that. Stafford threw way more than that. He wasn't 2002. Something wrong. Why does it say Stafford? He's not a 2002 quarterback. Well, then why is this thing saying that the man did not play in 2002? Oh, okay. See, Stafford's up there for Vic stuff. I need to move it over to Michael Vick. Give me a second. I was going to say Stafford is 2009. I'm like, hold on, something ain't adding up. Oh, he must have got hurt his rookie year. And then he only played three games his second year. He played 10 games his rookie year. He got hurt, and he threw for 2,200 yards. That's basically on pace for about 3,800. He threw a lot of picks. He didn't play the second year, but the third year, which was his second year, 16 games, he went 10-6. Jesus. He must have been the first one to throw for 500 yards. 5,000 yards. Am I right, y'all? This man threw for 5,038 yards in 2011. Was he the first guy to throw for 5,000 yards? 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. 2011, this man put up 55,000 yards. No, Marino was. No, I'm saying in this modern day. Because nobody had done it since then. Was he the one that did it after Marino? That is crazy. That is crazy. 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. And he went 10-6 that year. 64% completion percentage. Ain't no question about Stafford. Go ahead and put him on there. Every quarterback so far was above average in their first 2 years. Showed a little more than just being average. Now we move forward to Tony Romo. Tony Romo. Tony Romo. He didn't play 2004, didn't play 2005. He got his first chance in 2006. He was a Pro Bowler both of those 2 years. In 06 and 07, he was a Pro Bowler. First year he played, it was 2,900 yards. Second year, 4,200 yards. He always had a good touchdown interception ratio. That second year, 36-19. Tony Romo definitely was above average. Definitely. Way above average. He was a really good quarterback coming out the gate. Who's next? Donovan McNabb, franchise quarterback. Donovan McNabb. Let's see his first 2 years. What'd he do? In 99, he played 6 games, so he didn't really get the start. For 1,000 yards. The very next year, he made the Pro Bowl. Went 11-5, 3,400 yards, 21 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, but he went to the Pro Bowl 5 years straight after that. No question. Donovan McNabb. Still ain't find a quarterback that was a franchise quarterback in the last 20 years, other than Drew Brees so far. And I know we'll get to Josh Allen. But every single quarterback who we call today a franchise quarterback during their time, the first 2 years, they showed you that they were worthy of the investment. None of these guys was just blah average. None of these guys were blah average. Oh, excuse me. Outside of Drew Brees and Josh Allen. All right. Who's next? Cam Newton. He was their franchise quarterback. Do y'all consider him having achieved becoming a franchise quarterback? I want y'all to take on that. I think he was their franchise quarterback. It's just later in his career they moved on. But was Cam Newton the Panthers franchise quarterback? That constitutes franchise, right? I believe so. You did for 8, 9 years. You were their franchise quarterback. If you did 9 years with an organization, you were the franchise quarterback. We already know his rookie year. He went to the Pro Bowl, 4,000 yards. Second year, he put up 3,900 yards. He was definitely above average his first 2 years. And if I'm not mistaken, he won the MVP. All right, next up, we're on the 17th quarterback, and we only got one of them that was average or below that ended up becoming a franchise quarterback. So here's number 17, Alex Smith. Some of these guys, I don't know their early career, but let's find out. Alex Smith, he didn't start all his games in the first year, but he got 7 starts, so that's good enough. He was a bum in year 1. All right, year 2 with San Francisco, he put up 2,900 yards. Let me go see in 2006 what his quarterback, what he was ranked amongst his peers. 2006 QB rankings. All right, here we go. Alex Smith, let's see. Oh, y'all might have another one here. Let me see. Hold on. Wait, am I passing him? Because I do not see him. Wow. Right at my cutoff. He was the 16th ranked quarterback in 2006. 16. Just made the top half. And what did I tell you? 16 or better. If you ain't top 16, Alex Smith just made the top half. Barely. TD, why do you call young quarterbacks bums? Because I'm a fan. When I see trash play, bum. That's just me being who I am. That's what I call people when they underperform. Even people I'm a fan of. But I don't mean it in a literal term, obviously, because they're not a bum. But just bum play. When you play like a bum, you play like a bum. When you play like trash, you play like trash. See, people think I'm calling the person trash or the person a bum. No, you play like trash. You play like a bum. That's why. It's nothing personal to the person. It's strictly directed to describe their level of play. People want to take it personal. You calling this man trash. I ain't call him trash. I called his play trash. For 2 years, he's been trash on the field. So we don't have to get personal. All right. So anyway, Alex Smith just made the cut 16th in his second year. Let me see what his third year was like. He got hurt again. And then in 2008, he missed the whole season off of that same injury. Then he came back in 2009 and he only played 10 games. This man ain't played much. 2010, 10 games. 2016, 2011 was the first time he played 16 games and he went 13-3, 3,100 yards, 17 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, which was a great season. And maybe Tua can be the Alex Smith version. Maybe. But did they ever win with Alex Smith? Did they ever win with Alex Smith? And I have him on here as a franchise quarterback. I don't know why I have him on here, come to think of it. Technically, he was never a franchise quarterback. He got a deal with San Francisco. He kept getting hurt, so they reestablished to see if they can get something out of him. They didn't like it. They sent him to Kansas City. They stayed competitive. They played great. But I don't know what was the result. Did they ever get what they wanted? And that's why they end up moving on with Mahomes. He made some Pro Bowls later on because the team was great around him. And he didn't play like a bum, but he sure didn't play great to be in the mid-2000s. All the great quarterbacks was then throwing 4,000 yards. So a guy who just made it in one of those years at number 16, he still ended up not being the guy, not being a franchise quarterback. So I'm going to actually X him off of my list. Alex Smith wasn't the franchise quarterback. Next up, I got Andrew Luck. I'm not going to look his stats up. Anybody that know football knew that he was a dog from day one. Andrew Luck was, I mean, he was the future. Hold on. No, because some people, let me look it up because sometimes I could be fooled. Maybe the first two was trash and then he was just so great after that. So forgive me. Let me make sure. Because sometimes I just be talking and assuming because I remember how great he was, but that don't mean he ain't. Nah, first 3 years he was a Pro Bowler. I was right. Andrew Luck, rookie year, Pro Bowl, 11-5, 4,400 yards in his rookie season. Second year, 11-5 again, 3,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. In 2014, Pro Bowl again, 11-5, 4,800 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. Andrew Luck was that dude. Then he started getting hurt. And then when he got healthy again in 2018, he finally played 16 games. He went 10-6, threw for 4,600 yards. Jesus. Then he ended up retiring, saying, I can't do this no more. He was that dude. They knew from day one. He was that dude, man. Andrew Luck was that dude. It's such a shame. So anyway, we are 17 quarterbacks down and only one of them in their first 2 years. 17 franchise quarterbacks so far. 17 we done named. And only one of them was average or below. And that was Drew Brees that ended up becoming a franchise quarterback. Only one of them so far. Let's keep going because this game on, I could keep going. Carson Palmer. Let's see. What did he do? How did Palmer do? See, he's 2004, so he had maybe 2 years of those low stats, but let's see. Nah, Pro Bowl in the second year, went 11-5, threw for 3,800 yards, 68% completion percentage, which at that time was number 3 in the NFL. 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Rookie year, he played 13 games, but he put up 3,000 yards in the 13 games, which basically he was on pace for somewhere around 3,600. 18 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. So average was his rookie year. His sophomore year, he balled out, went to the Pro Bowl, went 11-5, 68% completion, 3,900 yards in 2005. Was amazing, by the way. 3,500 yards in 2005, y'all. Matter of fact, let me see. Carson Palmer. Let me look up. What year was that again? What year was year number 2? I want to see what he ranked in the NFL. In 2005, what was his NFL ranking? In 2006, he went to the Pro Bowl again, too. Okay. NFL ranking in 2000. Well, in 2006, he was the 6th best quarterback, but I need to go to 2005. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. He was number 4 in 2005 and number 6 in 2006. He was the 4th best quarterback in 2005. So another one bites the dust. We got 18 quarterbacks, and only one out of those 18 was average or below their first 2 years. Your first 2 years can tell you a lot. I don't care what none of y'all talking about. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is up on the docket. I don't think I need to use Lamar Jackson because in his first 2 years, we already know what he was. I mean, he was a Pro Bowler and an All-Pro and an MVP in the first 2 years. First year, he was a semi-bum, even though he only played 7 games, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, only 1,200 yards, which, that ain't impressive to me. But the second year, he threw for 3,100 yards, 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's where he was golden. That MVP year, 36 freaking touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Y'all realize what that is? 6-1 touchdown to interception ratio. 6-1. Somebody said Big Ben. We done already been over Big Ben. Big Ben was the rookie of the year and the 5th best QBR in the NFL his rookie year. His second year, he had the 3rd best QBR. We already did Big Ben. You can't tell me that. We already did him. Rookie of the year and the 5th best QBR of all quarterbacks. Because what y'all don't understand is there weren't many great quarterbacks back then. Today's NFL, there's so much more great quarterbacks than what it used to be. So that's why you can't use that old standard. That's all I'm trying to tell some of y'all. That's what this argument originated from. Stop naming people from back in the day. Truth be told, I don't even want to include Drew Brees in here because he's technically back early 2000s. If we want to be fair, we should start this conversation from 2010. And you'll see the amount of franchise quarterbacks, almost all of them except Josh Allen, showed something in their first 2 years above average. This whole notion that got our head mixed up of, well, quarterbacks, they get a lot better. No, we looking for the end goal. Ain't no quarterbacks this average or below in their first 2 years in today's NFL truly jumping like that, making those jumps. And the reason Josh Allen did is because they looked at the other intangibles, the cannon of an arm, the running ability with his body. If you ain't at least got those, it ain't worth it. I would say move on from Daniel Jones, but he got a cannon and he can run like Josh Allen. We want to ignore the facts just so that our narrative can stay relevant. Next up, Dak Prescott. I don't think we need to look him up either. We know what he did when he replaced Romo. They knew day one, yeah, it's worth it because Romo was hurt and wanted to come back. But they said Dak playing so well, we might well just stay. Yep, Pro Bowl first year. Threw for 3,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions, 13-3 record. Second year, 9-7, 3,300 yards. They knew automatically. Dak Prescott is another one. Brett Favre, honestly, I don't know how Brett Favre did his first 2 years. And remember, he's 91 to 2010, so this shouldn't even count. But he was a franchise quarterback, and he was a Pro Bowler his first full starting season anyway. So I'm going to take him off anyway. He started in 01, even though he would be making my point even further. I'm going to take him off. All right, Jay Cutler. Oh, my gosh. He was a franchise quarterback, whether y'all want to accept it or not. Technically, he was the Chicago Bears. Or should we name him a franchise quarterback? Because he was with Denver at first. His rookie year, he didn't play. His second year, he put up 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. His second full year, he put up 4,500 yards, made the Pro Bowl. But I don't want to call it. He makes my point too. He made a Pro Bowl in his first 2 seasons. But I'm going to take him off the list. I just don't want to count him. He made me sick. Can't stand that bum. Because he played 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years with Chicago. Technically, he was their franchise quarterback, but I ain't counting him because I wouldn't count Tannehill for the Dolphins. I mean, technically 7 years you are, but I don't want to count him. I don't want to count him. Why? I mean, I could count him, but it just makes my point even more. All right, next up, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, 2008. Joey Joe, what it do? 2008, Joe Flacco went 11-5, 3,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call average. So Joe Flacco was an average rookie. Second year, 9-7, 3,600 yards, which he made a huge jump. He made a 700-yard jump, and his touchdown to interception ratio got way better, 21-12. He was actually above average his second year. So they knew they at least had something they could move forward with in the first 2 years. He wasn't average or below his first 2 years. He was above average his first 2 years. And I know y'all don't want to hear that about Joe Flacco because his whole career was just above average and good at its best. Well, really good in the Super Bowl year. Another one bites the dust. I thought Joe Flacco was going to meet the criteria of first 2 years. He was probably really trash. But no, this guy was actually efficient. He didn't turn the ball over at an alarming rate. 16 games, you only throw 12 picks both seasons. Yeah, that works. You put up the amount of yardage that you should have in those years, 2008, 2009. Yeah. And you went to the playoffs both years. Led your team to the playoffs. I ain't going to say led them, but you know what I mean. Went to the playoffs. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let me check one more thing out. And look at this, Joe Flacco. In 2009, he was the 15th ranked quarterback. He was the 15th ranked. I told y'all what's the criteria? In your first 2 years, you got to at least be ranked top 16, top half of the league. 15th ranked quarterback. Shocking. Next up, Derek Carr. So how many are we in? I'm on quarterback 30, but we scratched out 3 of them so far. We scratched out Alex Smith, Brett Favre, and Jake Cutler, even though all 3 of them would have been making my point even further. We scratched them out because some of them were older. But Derek Carr, our 27th quarterback. No. I skipped one. Josh Allen. We already know Josh Allen was a bum. So far, and after that, we got Deshaun Watson. We know he was great. We don't even need to look at his. We also have Herbert. He was great. We also got Burrow. He was great. We don't need to look at theirs. They already know. 26 quarterbacks in, and we got 2 of them that were average or below average that end up becoming franchise quarterbacks. And we say Josh Allen is one of them, even though he's still young in it. He still need to do something for about 2 more years to become that. But we give it to him because in the first 2 years, he showed himself and he playing like it. TD, I think you made your point. Nah, because I'm almost done with the list. I want to keep going. So next up actually isn't Derek Carr. It's Kyler Murray. Did Murray show enough in his first 2 years? He made the Pro Bowl in the second year and third, but we're not counting thirds, right? He made the Pro Bowl in his second year. 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. His rookie year, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 3,700 yards. Looks like it to me. Next up, Derek Carr. I'm only keep going because the game on and I'm just chilling right now. Derek Carr, second year, made the Pro Bowl. Third and fourth year, he made the Pro Bowl, by the way. His rookie year was the only time he didn't make it. And he threw for 3,200 yards in 2014, 21 interceptions and 21 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. So that was even good. So Derek Carr was, since day one, they knew they had their guy. And ever since that rookie contract where he made the Pro Bowl 3 out of 4 years, he never threw under 4,000 yards. He never threw, he averaged about 9 picks a season after that, and about 25 touchdowns a season since then. Derek Carr's always shown that he was their franchise quarterback and about to get another deal. Kirk Cousins, let's see what he's talking about. I don't know how Kirk Cousins did his first 2 years. First year he didn't play. He only started 1 game. Looked like at the end of the season. So off the year 2, he only started 3 games in year 2. Hard to use that too. Year 3, he only started 5 games. He was a backup coming in the league. Kirk Cousins was a backup coming in the league, basically. And then he finally got his shot in 2020, the year 2027. No, I'm tripping. 2015. He was 27 years old when he finally played a full season and got his shot. In that quasi-rookie year, I don't know what we want to call it, 70% completion, 4,200 yards, 29 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He never threw under 4,000 yards since he actually got the full-time job. He never did, yeah. He's always actually put up great numbers. Actually, better than I thought. Better than I knew. He definitely wasn't average. But I don't know if I'm going to mark him out because I don't want to use him because his first 3 years, he never played more than 5 games. He played 1 game his rookie year, 3 games his sophomore year, and 5 games his third year. 3 years he played 8 games. You got to at least have 15. How many Tua got? 23 or something like that? Yeah, I don't want to count him. He makes my point anyway, but I don't want to count him. Let's do Ryan Tannehill. Let's do Ryan Tannehill first 2 years. All right. As a rookie, all 16 games, threw for 3,300 yards in 2012, 12 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. That's the epitome of average, ladies and gentlemen. Tannehill was average at best. Second year, Tannehill made a massive leap. 700 more yards, basically almost 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. And technically, well, let me see where he ranked in 2013. That'll be a better way to look at it. Where did he rank in what year is that again? 2013. Where did he rank with all quarterbacks? 2013, the good quarterbacks came in. That's when all the Staffords and all of them came into the NFL. Ryan Tannehill was the 10th. He threw He threw the 10th most yards in the NFL. 10th most yards. Joe Flacco was worse than him. He threw more yards than Andrew Luck, Tony Romo, Eli Manning, Cam Newton. He threw more yards than Russell Wilson, Alex Smith. And I'll stop at 16. But he was the 10th, his second year. Now I want to go to let me see. He was 13th in touchdowns. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know this. I thought he was gonna really be bad. All right. He was 20th in interception. So what does that mean? That means 20th means 12 guys had less interceptions. So he was the 13th best in interceptions. So he's it looked like he ended up a better top half of the league. Let's go to the quarterback rating. Let's see what he was in for quarterback rating. Don't have me messed up here. All right, let's bring this over. 18th in quarterback rating. 18th. He must have had a lot of fumbles or something, turnovers, because he threw more. He was top 10 in yards. He actually has some decent stats. Some could say that was above average, but QBR was in the average range. So Tannehill didn't start out his first 2 years great. I'm going to say that. I'm just going to give that one. But again, is Tannehill a franchise quarterback, ladies and gentlemen? So we taking him off too. Did he end up being a franchise quarterback? No. No. Because when he got his deal, and don't get me wrong, he always threw the yards though. Him, Matt Ryan, and Andrew Luck, they were the top 3 quarterbacks in NFL history for yards thrown after their first 4 years at that point. At that point. All right, here we are, number 33. And we only got 2 quarterbacks so far. Jared Goff. And I guess I don't know if we can consider him a franchise quarterback either, even though he made the Pro Bowl his first 2 years. He made the Pro Bowl his second and third year because his first year he played 7 games. The next 2 years he made the Pro Bowl. 4,700 yards and 3,800 yards. He was good. They knew in the first 2 years that he was good, but was it good enough? And he still wasn't a franchise quarterback. He's a franchise quarterback now. How? How is he a franchise quarterback now? How is Jared Goff a franchise quarterback now? He did 5 years with the Rams and got traded. How is that possible? I got 2 more on my list, and then EM in here. EM, let me do these 2, and I got you, bro. Andy Dalton and Dante Culpepper. Those are 2 we got. Andy Dalton, Pro Bowler his rookie year, threw for 3,400 yards back in 2011, 20 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 9-7. Went to the Pro Bowl. Went to the Pro Bowl his rookie year. Went to the playoffs his first 2 years. In the second year, he threw for 3,700 yards, 27 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. He was above average. Another guy that was above average. And now let's go to Dante Culpepper. Hurry up, it's halftime. All right, let me drop this link, man. Yeah, and I'll end the show with you, bro. Dante Culpepper. Last one. This is the last one we're going to do. Last one we're going to do. 35 quarterbacks. Dante Culpepper. All right, 99, he didn't play. 2000, Pro Bowler, rookie year. 11-5, threw for 4,000 yards in the year 2000. Enough said. 3,937 yards, 33 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. They already knew in the first 2 years. They definitely knew. So, EM, we got 35 quarterbacks that were franchise quarterbacks. And in the first 2 years, only 2 of them were average or below.
Well, let me ask you this real quick, TD. Seriously. Did you research the situations that they were in, the support that they had around them?
Didn't matter.
It should matter. Support matters, TD.
Bro, when you talk about the quarterback rating, I looked at the quarterback rating for every single one of them. The rating is factored in how well you're doing. We're not talking about pure stats. The rate is you versus your peers.
Again, TD, support matters. Support. Every quarterback needs support, bro. And listen,
so let me ask you this.
Listen. I am no Tua apologist. You know, I critique Tua as hard as anybody when it's warranted. But I also am not going to sit up here and say, that Tua is garbage. Tua is not. He's not a bum. He hasn't been a bum. Listen, Tua has not had and I'm not making excuses, bro. I'm just stating facts. Compare his situation to all of those other quarterbacks that you have on your list.
Okay.
Think about it seriously. Because we can all agree. Can we not agree that support running game help? Receiver.
Hold on. Running game absolutely helps. But once again, EM, the goal here is to be a franchise quarterback.
Right.
What we're basically saying is, all the quarterbacks that weren't franchise quarterbacks, right? Did every single one of them not have supporting cast?
No, I'm not saying every. Well, again, I'd have to look at the data, bro. I'd have to research. I mean, I can't sit up here.
Because what
I don't want to
saying,
misinform
out
anybody.
of 35 quarterbacks, what you're trying to say to me right now is out of 35 quarterbacks, let's take away Drew Brees and Josh Allen because they were the only two, right? Out of 33 quarterbacks, every single one of them had a supporting cast and everything they needed.
Did Kyler Murray have? Didn't they trade for DeAndre Hopkins?
One guy. We had Waddle last year.
Okay, okay, that's fair. You know,
when you really look at the comparisons, bro, that is so minuscule because at the end of the day,
no, it's not, TD. I hadn't been listening to your whole stream, so I don't know who's all on your list.
I'm not saying everybody on here didn't have a great cast around them.
Okay.
But out of 33 quarterbacks, every single one of them didn't. And just like when you bring up Kyler Murray,
show me the ones.
D-Hop, that's one guy.
Show me the ones of your again. I hadn't been listening to your whole stream. I just saw where you were live. I was like, damn, I didn't know you were live. So of your list that you compiled, again, I don't know who's on there.
I can read them all off to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Tom Brady.
Well, we already know he had a supporting cast. We already know that.
Well,
but go ahead.
See, no. See, that's where I don't want to even go that far either. Because they called his supporting the whole first 7 years of Tom Brady's career, they called his supporting cast is non-existent. He ain't got no receivers.
No, I never said that. I never said that.
This is what everybody.
He didn't have Wes Welker, who was on a Hall of Fame trajectory.
And go back and look at Wes Welker's first few years. What did they say about Wes Welker?
Tom Brady never had, it was in top 5, I'm gonna be generous. Top 10 rushing every year he was in New England.
Hold on. See, we're not. See,
I'm asking you a question. It's a yes or no question.
EM.
It's a yes or no question, TD.
EM, yes, but you got quarterbacks on this list that threw for 2,700 yards that made the Pro Bowl because they had supporting cast, but they played great.
2,700 yards is great to you?
And for quarterbacks in the early 2000s that's on the list?
No, great, no.
EM, see, I knew he was going to set himself up. Ladies and gentlemen,
don't put words in my mouth, TD.
Hold on.
Come on.
EM is falling for the bait, too.
I'm not falling on no bait, bro.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I told y'all that most people who try to make these comparisons, they don't remember the old NFL.
I do remember the old NFL, bro.
Hold on. Where everybody threw for freaking 58% completion percentage, where a great yardage in a year, top 5 yardage in a year was literally 3,600.
Not 27, bro. You said 27 was great.
No, but bro, I got a quarterback on here that was the 8th most yards in the league in one of their first years, and it was top 10.
Who?
I gotta go back through it, but I just talked about it with everybody.
No, bro.
I am telling you, back in the early days, bro, like early 2000s,
I'm well aware.
700 yards was what these guys were putting
up. No, bro. Anything less than 3,000, no. Bro, that was not considered great, TD. I'm sorry.
I didn't say great, but it was above average.
No, you just said great, bro. That's what you just said.
Bro, it was above average. The
TD,
yards.
You just said great.
I said the quarterback played great because they still had a 30-6 touchdown to interception ratio and things like that. But they only had like 2,700 yards. The quarterback played great.
Anyway, keep going. Keep going down the list.
Tom Brady. We already know Drew Brees. Peyton Manning.
And can we agree Manning had it don't get better situation than Peyton Manning. Can we agree on that? I mean, the man played with 3 Hall of Fame players for what, 12 years.
Okay.
So
we're talking about rookie first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
We're not talking about what he did. We're not talking about the end of his career. We're talking about
did he not play with Reggie Wayne? Did he not have Reggie Wayne? Did he not have Marvin Harrison? Did he not have Edgerrin James?
I didn't say he didn't. We're going through the list, but I'm making sure we're clear on the terms here. In the first 2 years, these guys were top 16 quarterbacks, top half of the league. and they end up becoming franchise quarterbacks. I don't know anybody who wasn't at least top 16 that end up becoming a franchise quarterback except Josh Allen and Drew Brees. That's all I'm saying. Supporting cast or not.
Okay.
If you weren't top 16 in the first 2 years, at least 1 year, then you did not become a franchise quarterback with the exception of Drew Brees and Josh Allen.
Okay. All I'm listen. All I'm saying. Listen. All I'm saying is, again, I want to reiterate. We all know this. I am no Tua apologist, but talent support around the player at that position helps tremendously. And we can both agree into his first 2 years, bro, he hasn't been placed in the most ideal situation. That's a fact. Now
we know that he hasn't been placed in the most ideal situation. Let me ask you a question. Did Tua have the ability to play above average in his situation?
Did he have the ability?
I'm not asking him to have been great. Did he have a circumstance that would allow him to play above average?
Well, I would have to know definitively. Hang on, you gonna let me? Can I make my point before you get to rolling your eyes?
What would you need to know definitively? It's a yes or a no.
Did he have the ability? I would have to know whether or not how healthy he actually was, right? I'd have to know that definitively. I mean, that's a factor in it. TDP, just keep it 1,000, bro.
All we could go off of is what they told us he was healthy.
Did he look healthy in his first 2 years? Considering what he was at Alabama before the injury, did he look like I have heard you say come out of your mouth privately that yes, he does not look like the same athlete. You have said that yourself.
The same athlete, but what you have to understand is when you suffer the injury that you suffered in Alabama, you can no longer go off of pre-NFL Tua. Maybe he will never be that again. It is what it is. You can't say that, well, this is his bar because that's what he was before. One of the worst injuries you can have. All you can do is go off of what he's giving you in the NFL.
And I agree with that, TD, but you asked me a question. You said, did he have the physical ability to be above average, is what you said.
Even with, quote unquote, if he wasn't 100% healthy, could he have played above average football with his last year?
Tua could have played better, yes. There were opportunities.
If he's average now, him playing better, would he at least be above average? At the end of the season, if he had not made half of the mistakes that shouldn't have been made, would he have been at least above average?
I think he could have got to above average status, yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. At the end of the day,
nobody argued that. Nobody was debating that with you.
But guess what? He would be on his trajectory if he did. What if he actually played better in what he could control?
Keep going down the list. Keep going down the list of QBs. I want to hear this list.
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, go.
Phillip Rivers.
You forget about the situation he was in?
Yeah, some guys will be in a
absolutely loaded team. Absolutely loaded team.
However you want to slice it, at the end of the day, whether you started with the good situation or not, it looks like the only guys that become franchise quarterbacks at a high alarming rate are the ones who showed that they could be one in the first 2 years, no matter who had the situation or not.
I understand that, TD, but what I'm saying is, again, I mean, you're going down the list now, and again.
So here's the point I'm making. We could go down to a list of all the quarterbacks who didn't. Now you're going to have about a 90% number of guys who didn't end up being a franchise quarterback. So basically what you're saying is did the team neglect to put anything around them their entire chance, their entire career?
Listen.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Ben Roethlisberger.
We all know the situation he was in. Keep going.
Kurt Warner. I don't know if I said him.
Hell yeah, you know damn well the situation he was in, but keep going.
Eli Manning. Matt Ryan.
Okay.
Russell Wilson, we know that. Mike Vick.
Yeah.
His situation wasn't the grandest coming in.
No, it wasn't. Well, I'll give you that. I'll give you him.
Matthew Stafford, one of the worst situations coming in.
Yeah, Megatron, though.
One of the worst situations coming in. The team went 3-13.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Balled out.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Tony Romo, good situation, I believe.
Okay. Oh, absolutely.
Donovan McNabb, I don't know his situation.
Man, please stop. They had one of the best O-lines, best defenses, and
Yeah,
best.
I didn't remember his.
I do. I'm vividly. Now he didn't have. Now his numbers didn't go through the roof until he got a number one guy in Terrell Owens, but they were in the AFC Championship game 5 straight years. So he had support. He had plenty of support. Running game, O-line, and defense. They just didn't have that number one guy until they got Terrell Owens. But keep going.
We're about to name number 15. And the reality is about 8 of those guys had great situations coming in so far. But let's not
sorry, what's that, TD?
We're about to name number 15, but we've only named 8 guys that had a good situation so far.
Only 8?
Yeah, we can go back through it.
Okay, go real quick. Go back through it.
Tom Brady, we call it good. Drew Brees, well, we already know he's the anomaly, right? Excuse me.
Loaded team, by the way.
Yeah, Peyton Manning.
Loaded team, by the way.
Aaron Rodgers.
Loaded team, by the way.
Phillip Rivers.
Loaded team, by the way.
Kurt Warner.
Loaded team, by the way.
Hold on, by the way, this whole Phillip Rivers, hold on.
That's 7.
No, sir. Phillip Rivers came into the league with a loaded team.
Bro, he had LT, Sean Merriman.
No.
On defense.
See, bro, you cannot name
Antonio
2 or 3
Gates.
Players. You cannot name
Vincent
2 or 3
Jackson.
players on an entire team.
Vincent Jackson. They
You're
were
naming people
Pro Bowlers.
You're naming people that weren't even in his first 2 years, bro. What are you talking about?
LaDainian Tomlinson wasn't on the first year. Okay.
But again,
Vincent Jackson, Antonio Gates wasn't on the same team in the first 2 years. Answer my question, TD. Answer my question.
Well, first of all, his first 2 years, the team they were bums. By the way, it was his 3rd year. They went 14-2 with all those guys.
All right, keep going.
Ben Roethlisberger.
We don't need to discuss Pittsburgh, but go ahead. Look, very good situation.
Eli Manning.
That's debatable.
Hold on.
That's debatable.
Well, it ain't debatable. We know it wasn't a great situation. Hold on.
Well, their Super Bowl year, they had that devastating run game when they had Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw, and they had like a killer O-line and killer defense. But that was when I don't know what year that was. They won a Super Bowl the first year. What year was that? Yeah, Eli. What year was that?
So I'm about to go check now. They built around Eli, and they eventually got good.
Man, I tell you, bro, you can't. I can't.
Eli first year, he played 7 games. He was 1-6, and then they came back 11-5 the very next year.
Okay, I rest my case.
Rest of your case about what? Matt Ryan ain't coming to a great situation.
11-5 is not a good situation, TD.
What do you mean? The first year, the man was 1-7.
That's 1 year. That's 1 year. That's 1 year.
We're talking about coming into a situation.
You said, bro, we were evaluating his first 2 years.
No. Hold on.
That's what I was saying earlier. I was talking about his 2 years.
Let's get something straight here.
Right.
So, are you saying a quarterback can't contribute to the overall success of the team either?
No, not at all. I'm not saying that. So all I'm saying is that, bro, that's why, front offices and coaches, they break their neck, bro. They're willing to sell their children to amass as much talent around that position as possible. That's the nature of the NFL, bro.
Well, here's the crazy part of that.
And all I'm saying is,
if we're going to go off of them going 11-5 EM, we went 10-6. Tua had a good team.
Okay.
You see how that works?
Yeah.
They can go 11-5 with a 9 because you got to name the talent that was on that team. They didn't have a stacked team.
They had one of the best O-lines in football. They were number 1 in rushing. I don't know how many years, bro. Brandon Jacobs, Ahmad Bradshaw.
No, sir. What you're doing?
They had Plexico Burris.
What you're doing is
They had Jeremy Shockey. Jeremy Shockey was on that team too. A Pro Bowl tight end, I might add. Do your homework, bro. Be thorough. Don't come up here half stepping, bro. You forget who you're talking to right now.
Mexico Burris was in Pittsburgh then.
Well, oh, he wasn't on that team then?
This is what I'm saying. You're taking a quarterback's career, remembering the great times and saying he had this and he had that.
We're talking about the first 2 years, bro. No, stop. Don't try to put words in my mouth. Was Ahmad Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs on that team?
Well, let me see.
Was Jeremy Shockey on that team?
Hold on. Who did you name?
Ahmad Bradshaw, Brandon Jacobs. Look at that O-line was outstanding. They had Sean O'Hare.
Bradshaw didn't start until 2007. You see what I'm talking about?
What's that?
You see what I'm talking about? Bradshaw didn't start in the league until 2007.
And what?
You see what I'm talking about?
Okay, what? Okay.
Eli's first two was 2004.
Was Brandon Jacobs on there? Was Brandon Jacobs on the team?
Let's look. And Brandon Jenkins was a rookie in 2005. He didn't even play. In 2006, he didn't even play. Eli Manning's first 2 years.
Why don't you
pull up
the roster for his first 2 years? Pull up Eli's roster for first 2 years.
You mean New York Giants roster?
I mean the New York Giants. That way we can better assess what he had at his disposal.
Roster 2004. Then we'll do 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Starters roster. Do we want to use 2005? I mean, 4.
We said the first 2 years, right?
Technically, Kurt Warner played more games than Eli.
Yeah, the first year, his rookie year. They benched Kurt probably in week 8, I think, that year.
All right. Let's see here. Wide receivers. Ike Hillard. Yeah, which was a 437-yard receptions that year.
Okay.
Amani Toomer. Who was
very good receiver.
747 yards that year.
Amani, okay.
0 touchdowns that year.
Amani Toomer was for his career. Now, he might not have had a stellar year that year, but he was a very good receiver over the duration of his career. But go ahead.
Jeremy Shockey.
Right.
So they had a good tight end. Tiki Barber was the running back.
That's right. Yeah, he was. Okay, yeah, it was Tiki first.
End of his, that was coming to the end of his career.
What was his stats that year?
I'm not seeing that. I'm just seeing the roster.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about it. And Tiki was definitely a top 5 running back for a while there, bro. All purpose.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good back. He had a good back.
Tiki was a beast. So Shockey was on there.
He had Tiki Barber and Shockey. That's it.
And
Waddle and Jasecki.
Okay. Well, what was Eli's statistics that year? Individually.
See, they got now I gotta go find him again because they got Kurt Warner dominating. Let me see. That's why I said we probably should have just did 2005 when he actually got starts. Hold on. It's loading for me. I'm not Brandon Jacobs. Take me to Eli. Eli had 6 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 1,100 yards, 1-6 record.
His rookie year, right? What was the second?
Yeah, 7 games.
What about the second
year? He played all 16 games. He was pretty much 3,800 yards, 24 touchdowns, 17 interceptions.
I think Tua, if he played 16 games last year,
he would have hit those numbers, right?
Yeah, more than likely.
Exactly. And this,
but he wouldn't have had
2005.
He wouldn't have had 17 picks though. I think his interception ratio would have been way down. I think than that.
No. Tua had 12 this year. Had he played the whole season, he was on pace for 19.
Damn, did he have 12? Yeah, that's right. He
Yes.
did have 12 this
He
year.
was 12 and 12, 1-1, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he was
Something like, or did
16.
he
No,
have
no,
10?
16 and 12.
16 to
16 and
12.
12.
Yeah. He was 16-12. He was on pace.
Yeah.
He was running high. But
Yeah.
this is 2005 EM. This ain't this is 2005 with a top running game, because now that I look up Eli's, it says Tiki Barber had 1,500 yards, went to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
This is with the Pro Bowl. Bro, these are stats with the 1,500 yard rusher.
Those are Jimmy Garoppolo. Those are equivalent to today's Jimmy Garoppolo type numbers.
But that's today. This was 2005.
Okay.
In 2000, if these were today's number, you can add another 500 yards.
I don't get what your point is. I don't get what your point when you're talking about eras.
What I'm saying, eras, EM. When you go look at it in today's era versus, put it like this: in today's average yards thrown per game, it might be 4,000 yards. In 2005, the average yards per game thrown, whether you want to believe it or not, I bet you it's somewhere around 2,800 yards.
No, there ain't no way. Nah.
All right,
and even today, bro. I mean, you saying the average quarterbacks today throw for 4,000 yards? You saying that's average?
Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
Let me see. And we're gonna use 2005 versus 2022. All right.
Okay. So did Tua have a 1,500 yard rusher at in his 2 years?
No.
Okay. All right.
But once again, when you look at did the Giants have that type of defense in his first 2 years?
Well, they went 11-5, TD. The second year,
defense.
They went 11-5.
Bro, it was not the same defense, man.
They went 11-5, TD. So they had to be doing something right on that side of the football. They had to be. I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't want to be misquoted or misinform anybody because I don't have the data in front of me. But I mean, they went 11-5, and they had, bro. All I'm saying is, listen, support helps, TD. We can all agree Tua has got.
We know support.
Okay,
help,
so
TM.
my point is,
That's not.
So the point I was trying to make earlier, TD, my point right now is, now you can't use that as a crutch anymore. He's got overwhelming support. So now you can better assess on what level he can get to. But my point to you is, considering this kid Tua has not been in the most ideal situation, we all can agree on that. And he's giving you average to slightly above average play at times, right? And he's flashed big playability. He has done that. I don't, anybody that disagrees with that, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. You don't know how to watch film. But it's the lack of consistency has been his issue. But if you support him properly, you get him if he has a run game where he can lean on, right? And I'm not saying Tua doesn't need development. He obviously does need development. Second year guy going to his third year, he needs to consistently read all three levels of the field. He has to get his decision making has to be better. His placement has to be better. We know all of these things, but with support and help around him, you don't want to ever put your quarterback in a situation where the pressure is all on them every single snap. So give him better support, which they have. You can better assess on what his ceiling possibly can be. That's all my point is, bro. I don't know why people would have a problem with that. How I don't know how is that an issue?
Because this is what I've been trying to tell y'all for years. Even the quarterbacks that have everything around them, right? There's a certain level even they need to be. They can't just be average. Like let me ask you this. If you got everything around you, can you be average in your first 2 years?
Well, you hope they wouldn't be.
Exactly.
It's possible.
Can they be? Exactly, but that means they ain't the guy.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you got everything around you,
absolutely,
then you ain't the guy, right?
But did Tua have everything around him?
No. That's not the point I'm making. I want you to hear me out. I agree with you, okay?
Okay.
So guys that have everything around them, there is a certain level that you have to be. And I know we don't fully agree with my 10 prongs of quarterback levels, but I'm telling you, my look on it is you got to be really good if you got everything around you.
I agree.
You got to be really good.
He's
That's
got
why.
everything around him now. So if
So
he's
what I'm
not really good,
no,
if he's
that's
still if his improvement is marginal, well then you don't have the guy then.
no, that's not what I'm saying. So this is how at least theoretically, and the theory will
Tua
either be
had 10 picks last year, by the
yeah,
way, TD.
well, I mean, it's a small sample size too. 10 picks. He actually that ain't well. Last year, you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he had 12.
16 and 10, I think.
It was 10.
Yeah.
So he was on pace for what, 16? Because how many games did he play?
13 games last year, did he?
No. He
How many games did he play? Yeah, 13.
I thought we were counting 11 games in his stats.
No, I don't know. I don't know how. I can't recall how many games he played last year, but it's right around there.
We'll look it up. But here's my point, Ian. When you look at the prongs of quarterbacks, right? The reason why you got to be really good with everything around you, because when that team take everything from around you, you're still at least above average.
I understand that, TD. I understand that.
But that's the floor. So if you got everything around you, if you're not at least really good, you can be good, but you still ain't enough. Jared Goff.
But first off, no player, any great player, don't
sit here and say nobody was good with nothing around them.
Yeah.
There are players that rise to the occasion.
I mean, with nothing, no quarterback is good with nothing around him. We saw Brady the last year he was in New England, right? They was calling him washed up. They was calling that man washed up. He had no receivers to throw to. He had an average, especially to his standard, average year. They were calling him washed. You know that.
Yeah.
So
by the way, I have the numbers for you for 2005, okay? And
okay.
I have so basically the 16th ranked quarterback in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
The 16th ranked quarterback had 3,800 yards.
In 2000,
In
2005?
No, in 2022.
Oh, 2022. Okay.
3,800 yards.
Right.
The 16th ranked quarterback in 2005 had 2,800 yards. You know who the leader was?
Who was that?
Tom Brady with 4,100. 4,100 was the leader, but the 16th ranked today is 3,800. It was a total different league. So we can't say, well, this guy put up those numbers the same. That was a different league back then.
Well,
Eli Manning in 2005 had the 5th most yards. And that's the same guy that you said, bro, that ain't no top numbers.
And how many yards did he have?
When I said it was great.
How many did Eli have?
Eli had 3,762 yards.
You said 20. I said 27 is not great, TD.
No. We were talking about Eli.
No, I didn't, bro. First off, I didn't even know. That's why I asked you to look up Eli's statistics. I didn't say nothing about his individual statistics. What I said was 2,700 yards in any era is not considered a great yardage total, bro.
Well, what I'm saying to you is, bro, the average. Look at the 16th rank was 2,900 in 2005. The average, the 16th most by a quarterback in 2005. That's what it was back then, bro.
I understand
with these rule changes, all of that changed.
I understand the nature of the game, TD. I understand that, but continue down the list. Get off Eli and keep going.
All right, Matt Ryan.
Are we going to discuss his situation? His situation in the league
as a rookie? Yeah.
Roddy White.
Yeah, we can discuss his situation as the league as a rookie. Matt Ryan.
I thought we were considering per 2 years.
Yeah.
So we're doing rookie seasons now?
No. Matt Ryan, first 2 years. Hold on.
Okay. Pull that roster up. Let's take a look at that offensive. Pull that roster up. Let's see what that roster looked like. First 2 years. I know we came in the league with Roddy White. I know that for sure. And Roddy White was a Pro Bowl wide receiver.
Just like Waddle should have been last year, right?
No, yeah. Waddle should have been in the Pro Bowl.
That's the only point that I'm making. Waddle should have been in the Pro Bowl. Why wasn't he? And don't say play calling to me. Please don't.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak as to why the man where he should have been.
All right,
I don't know that.
All right, whatever, man.
I don't. I'm serious.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to know, what goes into voting.
All right.
How am I supposed to know that information, TD? I agree with you. He should have been in the Pro Bowl. So what
Okay.
is your point? What is your point?
My point is, we talk about he had Roddy White. Well, we had Waddle, who should have been a Pro Bowler, so we could have stood up to saying he had Waddle.
I am not listen.
But he didn't allow Waddle to be a Pro Bowler.
I am not
quarterback. What I am saying, the quarterback did not allow Waddle to be a Pro Bowler.
Oh, see, okay. Well, I just wanted you to clarify that. You knew
exactly what I was saying, and you can't disagree with it either.
Yeah.
But you won't say it out of your own mouth.
I listen. I just wanted you to clarify because that's all I wanted.
Do you think Tua held Waddle back from being a Pro Bowler? Yes or no, EM? You watched the same film as me of him begging for the ball, not being thrown on the deep ones. I'll say this. Don't worry about it. I'll let you stay silent. Don't worry.
No. I can't put 100% of it on Tua, but yeah, Tua. I think if Tua would have not left as many plays on the field as he did, Waddle, that could have contributed to Waddle's yardage total going up, his catches going up, et cetera, which probably would have gotten him into the Pro Bowl.
Atlanta Falcons, Michael Jenkins and Roddy White in Hartsock. Their leading tight end had 3 catches and 26 yards and no touchdowns, bro. Their leading tight end. Ovi Migueli, the fullback.
Is that his first year or second year?
This is his first year. You want me to go to the second year?
Yeah, go to the second year. Because that's where we can better. You can get because generally a lot of these quarterbacks in their rookie year, they're not as good as they were in their second.
But Matt Ryan was good in his first year.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected. Was he better in this? Was he? Which year was he better in? The first year or the second year?
Let me look. But they already knew right then and there. They knew
I give you that. Okay. I give you that.
All right.
I give you that.
Let me pull up the next year. All right. So they got Michael Turner, the running back. He ran for 871. Jenkins and Roddy White again, but this is when they finally got a tight end in Gonzalez. And Justin Peel, but he didn't do nothing.
You talking about Tony Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Tony Gonzalez didn't play with Matt Ryan in his first or second year.
It's his second year. Tony Gonzalez. Well, wait, am I on the wrong year or something?
Yeah, you in the wrong year, bro. He didn't come to what? He didn't get traded from Kansas City there until his 13th year.
Hold on. When did Matt Ryan come in? That was 2009. I was just giving you.
No, Tony Gonzalez shouldn't have been on that. Maybe it's a different Gonzalez, but
2008. No, you're wrong, bro. You're wrong.
Tony Gonzalez did not play on the same team as Matt Ryan as his first 2 years, bro. I am not wrong about that.
Okay, let me go back. Matt Ryan started in 08 and then 09 was the year number 2. Let me pull it back up.
That must, if it's a Gonzalez, that's not Tony Gonzalez.
Okay, let me see. That's what I'm showing, and I thought it was. It was Tony Gonzalez, if I'm not mistaken.
If it's a Gonzalez, it wasn't Tony, not the one in KC.
Yes, it was, bro.
The Hall of Fame tight end. Because I know the first year. I mean, he
played great. So yeah, it was him. And yes, Tony Gonzalez, 2009 Atlanta Falcons.
Well, that's not the year.
83 catches for 867 yards.
Matt Ryan's first 2 years, TD?
No, his second year. Matt Ryan came in the league in 2008. Tony Gonzalez got there in 2009. I'm looking at it right here.
That's got no way, bro.
He got traded, bro.
Really? 2009, bro?
Well, let me go to Pro Football Focus and look at Tony Gonzalez. Man.
That's got to be wrong, dude. That's got to be wrong.
Hold on. Let me just look at Gonzalez's career by himself. Yes, in 2008. Yes, and then in 2009 he was an Atlanta Falcon.
What year did he retire?
in 2013, if I'm not mistaken.
Man.
I mean, I know you used to spewing false information, but come on, man.
Yeah, okay.
But at least he had another good player, but it still wasn't that much more than what we had.
No.
A receiver and a tight end.
When did Tony G retire, bro? I'm still not 100% on that. That was Matt Ryan's second year, bro?
Yes, it was.
Damn. Well,
Tony Gonzalez retired in 2013, in which he made the Pro Bowl his last year. Yes, that's a fact.
okay. Well, I stand corrected then. But yeah, I didn't think he played. Wow.
He actually had 2 Pro Bowl. I mean, he had 2 amazing years before.
Yeah, he had 100.
traded.
I think he had over 100 catches both years, I believe.
No, well, before he got traded. Right before he got traded, and I guess that contract must have been up, and he wanted that big money, and Atlanta picked him up, and they probably traded for him, but he never reached 1,000 again ever since he went to Atlanta.
He didn't have 100 catches in Atlanta. What was his
Never. He dropped down to 83, then 70, right, then 80, then 93, then 83, and retired. He still balled though. He put up an average of almost 8.
Right, bro.
All right, man. All right, ain't no more back and forth. The man played there in 2009. Okay,
man. I don't know. Okay, all right. If you say so. If you say so.
Russell Wilson.
Well, I don't think that's up for debate.
Why?
Did
Russell Wilson had one of the worst O-lines in the NFL?
Did they not have a 1,000-yard rusher?
Russell Wilson had one of the worst O-lines.
Was Marshawn Lynch on that team?
See, everything can't be perfect though, EM.
Nobody said that. Who said that? Nobody said that. All I'm saying is that's more support than what Tua had.
No, it ain't more support than
Tua had. All right, okay.
Tua could have made it that type of situation if he would played.
All right. Well, that's debatable. We got to fundamentally disagree on that one. Go to the next one.
Worst O-line in the NFL.
Okay. Next guy.
Michael Vick. Nope.
Yeah, that's debatable. I'll give you that.
Are you serious?
What?
Bro, you done lost your mind.
I said I give you that. I said that's fair.
Oh. Matthew Stafford. Nope.
Okay.
Tony Romo, he had a good team around him.
Right.
Donovan McNabb.
Right.
I don't know who he had around him.
Yeah, he had a better situation. Go ahead.
Probably wasn't much better at all, and that's old school football anyway. I don't even know why I got him on.
All right. Next.
Patrick Mahomes. We know he was the best situation you can come in.
Okay.
Cam Newton. Sure will. Did it all himself. Superman. How you like Cam Newton's situation when he came in?
Cam?
Yeah.
He had Steve Smith.
And?
He had Greg Olsen.
And?
Those are 2 Pro Bowl players, bro.
And Gesicki and Waddle should have been Pro Bowl.
He had James Stewart and
he had one of the worst O-lines. That's why he had to run for his life.
TD, think about this for a minute. He had Steve Smith. He had Greg Olsen. Hang on. Steve Smith, Greg Olsen, and he had them 2 big bad running backs too. James Stewart and D'Angelo Williams that was from Memphis. Remember that 2-headed monster that he had, bro? Remember that?
So let me ask you a question.
Answer my question, TD. Is that not a better situation collectively than what Tua had?
No, you know why? Because you know what Cam Newton was doing? He was throwing dimes to Smith in tight coverage right where the defender couldn't get it. If Tua would have been doing those type of throws, those talented arm throws, Tua would be a Pro Bowler.
I'm not arguing Cam Newton was a better talent, bro. I'm not arguing that, but I think.
Yeah, but we're discounting that the quarterback also made some of these guys look that great too.
Who? Cam Newton didn't, because they were them. No, Cam Newton. Steve Smith was great before Cam Newton even got there. Stop.
Olsen is a product of Cam Newton.
Bro. Again, my argument to you, my rebuttal to you and your list is that you're not factoring in enough these situations that these players that are on this list that
my rebuttal to you is you're not factoring how some of these quarterbacks didn't make you think about the situation they were in. You just automatically felt that they were good.
Cam Newton was in a better situation. Keep going. Go ahead. What's the next one?
When Burrow out here getting sacked 10 times a game, anybody truly complain about the O-line after they win?
I'm not saying Tua is better than Burrow, bro. I didn't say that.
No,
So why
that
are you
ain't
even
what I'm
bringing that
saying.
up?
I'm giving a comparison. This is the point. If our O-line played the way that it did, and Tua was just balling out his mind with just making all those throws that he could have made, and we would have went to a freaking Super Bowl, we might have said we could get better on the O-line, but will we be complaining about it as much? Will we be saying that they're as bummish as they are? The truth is we wouldn't.
Okay.
But unfortunately, we can't say that because we didn't. We ain't had a guy that sheer will made plays anyway. And that's the point I'm making. Sometimes a lot of these guys aren't in great situations, but you don't complain about it as much because they still pull the team along.
TD, again, bro, all I'm not saying Tua didn't leave plays on the field. What I am saying is, listen, we all know there's development that's needed, but I don't think you, as well as others, factor in the situation around him, the lack of support that he had that contributed to his average play. That's all I'm saying.
Do you know what, EM? Guess what? Basically, what I'm hearing from you then Tua is screwed because based off of these numbers, only if you had a supporting cast around you will you end up being a franchise quarterback someday. Because nobody else
Name me a franchise quarterback that don't have freaking support, TD. Name me one.
So you mean to tell me every quarterback we done named so far had it?
Hell,
but they became a franchise quarterback because they still showed it in their first 2 years.
85% of your list had, again, that's why I keep instructing you to keep going down the list.
So the 20% that didn't, EM, still became franchise quarterbacks because in their first 2 years without everything around them, they showed that they could still be one.
Bro.
All I'm saying to you is the flip side of this argument, the stats are even worse.
Nah.
All I'm saying is if you ain't, okay, how about this? Maybe this is fair. This is more fair. If you ain't show it or you weren't given the opportunity to show it in your first 2 years, man, you got a 5% chance of being one. Is that more fair? Maybe that's more fair when we talk about the numbers. If you didn't show it or your team didn't give you the supporting cast for you to show it in the first 2 years, then you got a 5% chance of becoming one.
Wait, 5% chance? There's still a chance, bro.
No. I never said that he wouldn't. Remember, you said this on the first stream. You said so he can't be an anomaly like Drew Brees or Josh Allen. I said, yeah, he can.
Okay, okay. Well, I don't remember that, but that was going to lead me to my next question.
That on the last stream.
Well, that was going to no. You called him a bum. You called him a bum.
I said he played like a bum the first.
You said a bum. You called him a bum.
He played like a bum the first 2 years.
Stand on it.
Anything, and that's what I'm doing. Anything average or below, you play like a bum.
Now, are we just talking about public conversations, or are we discussing private conversations as well?
All is fair.
You know.
I've called him. I've called his play bummish. Trash.
I know, but that's not all that you said privately. That ain't all what you said privately. But
say what I said privately.
But we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that discussion private. We're gonna keep that.
I'm giving you permission to tell everybody that I said that I don't believe he will become our franchise quarterback. Ain't no secret.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure.
No secret. We don't keep secrets over here. Everybody know my stance. I don't believe Tua will become a franchise quarterback until he do.
Okay. And
that ain't never been a secret.
Okay. All right.
It ain't nothing to run from. I hope he prove me wrong. Does he have a possibility of being one? Everybody does.
All I'm saying is, listen, we all know what my position on Tua is. I told y'all his first two from what we've seen.
Said the first year in the league, he gonna come in balling out, a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Here we go.
First throw, the coach said there ain't gonna be no question.
You in your feelings now for
That's
sure.
That's what you said.
Yeah, you in your feelings with
pre-draft. This is what you said. He gonna come in day one start and lead us to the playoffs. The coaches that won't even be any discussion.
He definitely in his feelings now. Here we go.
You didn't say that. You didn't say that.
No, hell no, I didn't say say that.
Oh, now you backtracking.
There you go. No,
Bro, this ain't
the
clock
receipts
blockers,
are
bro.
out
We
there,
don't
bro.
flip
The
flop.
receipts are out there. I don't need to
This ain't
listen.
the
The
flip
receipts
flop
are out there.
mode.
Go to TD Foolish Talk and pull up. And
Everybody
I
in
don't
the
know what
comment
episode it
section,
was,
did
but go in his
EM say,
archives. The
we can
draft
ask the
video.
people.
What's that?
We can ask the people. Did
I-
EM say day
Bro,
one Tua would come
you
in
know
and
damn well
will
your
take us?
platform is bro, listen, you stop it.
No.
Stop. But anyway,
This is what you said, bro.
we all know what my position with Tua is. I told y'all with the Watson narrative, I will not hesitate to pull the trigger and trade for a clear upgrade like Deshaun Watson at that position.
Yeah, I remember that.
With that being said, if Watson was not available, or a Tom Brady, or a player that is a clear and obvious upgrade,
okay,
the 2 years that I've seen from Tua, I think Tua has flashed enough to where we can at least give him that third year to really build around him the way you can better assess, his ceiling. And that's what they did. Now, I still would have traded for Watson. We all know that, but they didn't. So this is where we are. So no, Tua has not played like garbage. If I felt Tua was garbage, bro, you think I would hesitate on expressing that concern to the fan base?
Tua is not garbage, but he plays like garbage at times.
No.
He does.
You
play
said
like
he was a
garbage.
bum.
You know good and well
he was a bum.
He has played like a bum.
Well, every quarterback has played like a bum. I know
that he got more in him. I know he ain't trash. I know he ain't garbage, but he played like it in his first 2 years. We don't need to stop running from that. He played like it in his first. If you ain't a top 16 quarterback in the NFL, you played like a bum or played like trash that year.
That's fair. That's fair. But again, where you act like Tua is in his 15th year, bro. I'm just saying, give him the third year.
That. I'm just saying what he playing like right now. He can change that.
Yeah, he could. He could, but
I'm not saying that he won't. See, this is the thing, and this is what I'm trying to argue with CB. This is what I was trying to argue with CB83 earlier.
You have said that you have no faith in him and he's going to be a bum. That's what you said to me.
Yes, I don't have faith in Tua Tagovailoa, and I feel like his long-term projection is him being a bum.
Well, I don't want to hear you say, "Well, he I think he can't." Because see, you all over. 1 minute you say one thing.
No, I didn't say I think he can. I said that I hope he can. We all hope he can.
Okay, all right.
I still have my stance until he shows otherwise. But like I said to this CB83 earlier, this is where people are wrong. We're adding talent around the player. You are who you are. When you add talent, your numbers can go up with you still being the same person. Let me give you an example. The situation can change. So say that you have a wide open guy 5 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you hit him 4 out of 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
You're an 80% guy.
Right.
But if that same guy now gets open, instead of 5 times, he gets open 10 times, you still can be an 80% guy hitting them 8 times. You're the same guy, but the numbers went up because the guy, not you, you're the same guy.
Okay.
So, Tua throws for more yards and more touchdowns. Did he get better or did his situation get better? You're still the same guy. That's the point that I'm making.
Okay.
Now, you'll see the tangible difference if he hits 9 out of those 10. When you get the talent, if you hit 9 out of those 10, now there's a factor that you also got better too.
So name me a quarterback that's been in a situation like that where they improved. Where, okay, initially they had talent, right? Name me a quarterback in your eyes that has been in that exact same situation.
I don't know none of them. None.
So is that fair to judge?
Yes, it is, because again, there's levels to this.
You don't have one. So you mean to tell me you can't come up with one quarterback in 100+ year history of the league?
No. Just like you said with context. Let me break it down.
Okay.
If you got everything around you and you balling out, and they take it all away, your numbers are supposed to drop.
Yeah.
But do you go to average? Let me ask you something. If Patrick Mahomes get everything taken away, is he going to go down to being average? Or is he going to go down to being good instead of elite? You see the difference there?
I understand, TD, but
that's
okay,
all I'm saying.
okay,
the
but
people around you are going to make your stats look better.
I
So
understand
we
that.
know if you don't have everything around you, the numbers are going to drop. But how much do they drop?
But a guy in his second year,
TD. EM, once again, I've seen guys that balled out their first year, and then their second year they didn't have everything, and then they went down to being good instead of great.
Okay, give me an example.
Bro, there's plenty of people that have had a great situation starting out.
It should be easy for you to find one.
You got some people on this list.
It should be easy for you to find one. Give me one example.
Bro, let's go through some of these stats with some of these people.
You know what? Before we do that, keep going
when
down.
I went through every single quarterback with the people, I told a lot of them, this person made the Pro Bowl their rookie year. Look, the second year, they actually had a decline.
Okay.
I named at least 6 guys on this list that had that.
First, before you get to that, can you complete your list, please? Can we continue going down the list?
Where are we? Cam Newton, Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck. He's the perfect example.
Okay.
Perfect example.
He didn't have Reggie Wayne.
Yes, he did. But tell me a whole collective as a team for a guy to be throwing freaking 4,000 something yards.
What's that?
The worst O-line in the NFL.
Okay, I give you. We all can agree. Luck was. He was an anomaly. He really was.
Andrew Luck ain't had everything around him. He had one great receiver.
I would agree with that. I'm not disputing that, but he had Reggie Wayne. He had Dallas Clark, right?
Oh, compared to what Tua had. No. Miss me.
Okay.
Miss me.
All right. Well, no. That's debatable. That's debatable. But go ahead.
Regardless.
Keep going.
We're at that's about the 4th person so far. Carson Palmer.
I don't think that's debatable. TJ, look at the support he had, right?
Here we go again. You about to start naming players he didn't even play with.
Okay, well, see if TJ Houshmandzadeh was on that team. See if Chad Johnson was on that team.
Hold on. I need to look at the year he played first.
Man, you can't win for I swear, bro. It's like you come on this platform and you try to just offer
Bengals.
You try to offer anything positive critique wise with Tua. You get called a homer, you get called a Tua deer. These idiots in the comments, bro. I swear. And it's the exact opposite when I go on inside the NFL. Them idiots over there when I'm critiquing Tua, right? Mm-hmm. It's objective, it's objective, but they perceive it as hate. I'm getting labeled as a Tua hater. It is, bro, you can't win. You cannot win. These idiots in this community, I tell you, I'm ashamed to be a Dolphin fan. I'm gonna be honest with you. They are bringing the overall intellect that level down of everybody in this community, whatever side of the fence that you are. But if you're an extremist, if you're an extreme hater, or you love Tua to the extreme, Tua, not the Dolphins, but Tua, man, it's ridiculous, TD. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm ashamed of these idiots.
Well, they say you're making excuses, bro.
Bro, stop it. I'm calling it down the middle, bro. They just don't agree. They just don't agree because it doesn't align with their narrative.
They had Chad Johnson, Houshmandzadeh. They had a running back, Jeremy Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Do nothing. Tight end, Reggie Kelly, 15.
Andrew Whitworth was no, he wasn't on it. He wasn't on that team, man.
That was it. It was the 2 receivers they had.
Okay.
I don't know how the O-line was. Really don't know.
That was a play. Well, I don't know if they were a playoff. What can you see their record that year? I don't know. I don't think they were a playoff team his first year, but maybe his second.
I have to go back. Second year they were playoffs. He went to the Pro Bowl his second year. Mm-hmm. Again, a Pro Bowl guy who was 68% completion percentage in 2005. If you want to look at the completion percentages back then, matter of fact, it says that he led the NFL in completion percentage that year. They got it highlighted. Mm-hmm. touchdowns 32, interceptions 12, 32 to 12. He balled out, but he had those two big dog receivers too.
Yeah, it helps.
But he
All I'm
never
saying is it
hesitated
helps.
to pull that trigger and get it to him, bro. You know he was throwing that rock
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I love
down the
Carson
field,
Palmer as a player.
but I don't know the O-line to compare.
Well, you can forecast, bro. The line was, you probably had a top 10 line if they were that successful. If they made the playoffs that second year.
The next quarterback is Lamar Jackson. We know good and well he carried that whole team.
Yeah, I can't really offer too much pushback on that one, bro.
And he actually did decent early on throwing the ball, by the way.
His first year?
Well, let me. I know one of those years.
Well, I know his second year he was in MVP his second year.
First year he only played 7 games.
Yeah, he was garbage. He was garbage. I think
he was all pro first team, MVP, and Pro Bowl. 13.
Yeah, second year.
13-2, which means he also missed the game, probably the last one. And he threw for 3,100 yards for Lamar. Yeah. That's good. That's
he threw 30 touchdowns that year, I think.
36 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. That's
amazing. It's amazing.
And he carried the whole team.
Yeah. I give you that. Well, we can agree. Tua's not talent level is nowhere near Lamar Jackson, bro. I don't think nobody's. Really, with a straight face, would try to debate that. So, but go ahead, keep going.
Well, I think he's gonna end up being a better passer.
I don't know. Can you really say that?
Yeah.
Man, 36 touchdowns and how many picks?
I get that, but I'm saying you're getting them 36 touchdowns because you're moving it down the field and you making them quick throws. You ain't throwing.
A touchdown. A touchdown is a touchdown.
No, don't get me wrong. I get it, but Tua don't even make it in the red zone enough. The reason why Josh Allen and Lamar and guys like that make it to the red zone is also their legs.
Yeah, that's true. I give you that.
So as a matter of fact, Tua's actually pretty darn good in the red zone.
He is. So it's just in between the 20s is where we need to see the biggest jump.
He just got to get in there.
Right.
That's why we need a running game to help. Because guys like Josh Allen and Lamar, even if they don't have a running game, they become the running game.
Yeah.
So no, Tua could definitely be way better than Lamar in his passing game. I honestly would say they even now. I wouldn't give Lamar the edge. I can't, bro. No,
I hear you. I can't. I think Lamar's got. I think if he hadn't got hurt last year, I know we made him look rather pedestrian. I know that, but I think Lamar. He's really from a passing standpoint. He's in a similar situation that Tua is in. Like, he didn't have consistent weapons on the outside. He had Hollywood Brown, but he was a one-trick pony. You know what I mean? Just primarily a vertical threat, but. They've got good tight ends, but better support on a perimeter with Lamar. He gets more discipline.
For the most part of his career.
What's that?
Lamar has protected the ball for the most part of his career.
Yeah.
He had 13 last year, but we know what happened last year. But other than that, he never threw over 10. He was 3, 6, and 9.
Yeah.
But I say Tua has a better upside as a passer. The real problem is Tua just will never have the mobile function these guys got.
But he really don't
makes him so dynamic.
But again, it helps. An element of mobility helps, but it's not. You have to have it. It's not.
No, you don't have to have it. But
I think Tua's got enough mobility. I think Tua. He's obviously he's not the athlete Lamar and others are. Kyler Murray, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. But go back to my pre-draft evaluation with Tua. I felt like. Pre-injury, again, I knew Tua was not the athlete as Herbert. He didn't have the element he wasn't as mobile as Burrow, but I felt like Tua had enough, right? And you combine that with all him being, in my opinion at that time, the more NFL ready prospect. That's why I gave him such a favorable evaluation. So again, that's why I when I initially said I lowered my ceiling with Tua, it was due to that injury because we hadn't seen the same. We hadn't seen Tua's body has not been the same since he got hurt. So if he's closer, right? If he has his body back and he's as close as he's possibly been since the injury to getting his pre-injury body back, well, you can raise that ceiling back up. Maybe not all the way to where it was pre-draft 2020, but
first.
I agree, and I'm waiting on him to do it. I never said that. I am waiting to see
But
it on the
remember this
field.
too, Em. This is where I kind of get like conflicted with that. Even if it ends up being pre-injury Tua, you still don't know what a pre-injury Tua can do in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't even know if what we've seen already is already pre-injury Tua. We just hoping that, that it's still the injuries lingering and he's going to be better.
Well,
that's an assumption, honestly.
Well, I will say that in terms of him using his legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
At Alabama, now I get, Alabama and the SEC is different in NFL, but you saw Tua being able to get and extend and get out, use his legs and extend plays and get outside the pocket more consistently than we have seen him as a Miami Dolphin. And I attribute that to being, as a result of his injury. That's all I'm saying. So if he gets his body back and again, it's part of his developmental cycle, right? He gets more aware of when to use his legs to pull the ball down and either get outside the pocket, extend, and try to make a throw, or just tuck the ball down and run. Again, I think Tua has. Again, it's all about the where he is physically, and we'll see. We'll see in a couple months.
And that's, I'm gonna be honest. In my opinion, that's our last hope. Hoping that he really wasn't back to his full health.
Yeah.
And that he is now, like, we'll see a new athletic
That's
person.
why I said earlier, TD. That's why I said, bro, when you ask me that question.
Don't know that.
Yeah. Again,
we're assuming that.
What do I always say? We'll see what the product looks like on the field in about 2.5 to 3 months.
Yeah, you watching this
so
game? So
we'll see. We'll see. What's that?
Watching the game?
No. What's the score?
99-99.
Oh, damn! Is it? See, if I go in there and I'm talking on speakerphone right now, so it's gonna disrupt my you're gonna get all kind of feedback if I go in. What's that?
The ref just screwed up. He said out of bounds Boston, and it looked like it was clearly Jimmy jumping out of bounds, trying to find a passer, couldn't find anybody. He lost the ball. Here's the replay. That's out on Jimmy. And the ref said heat ball.
Hang on, I'm going back up front. Hang on, TD. Hang on.
That's Celtics ball. And they trying to say and they got to keep it. Wow. They missed it anyway, and the Celtics got it, but wow, they even got to keep it. They didn't challenge that. I'm sorry, y'all. This is just coming down to the wire.
Damn. Yeah, but give me one.
That's too much dribbling, Smart. He got to shoot.
Man, you got me missing this damn game. Listening to your foolishness, TD.
Still, no. What are y'all doing? The Heat blowing opportunities, man.
Boston gonna win it all, TD. I think.
That's gonna be a good finals.
I think they match up extremely well with Golden State.
It's the best competition because I feel like they're the better two teams.
I think Boston matches up extremely well with Golden State.
Oh, foul. They going to the free throw line. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Golden State may edge it out, but this is the best match team. The Celtics were the better team. I've been telling everybody that if Smart and Horford played game one, this wouldn't even be in 6. This would not be in 6 if those two played in game 1.
And listen, I don't need the color commentary, please. I'm on a delay. You're ahead of me.
Got nothing to do with me. Free throw one is no good.
Stop calling a goddamn game, bro. You're giving it away.
Number 1 is no good. And Kyle Lowry just fouled out.
Can you please stop, TD?
18 points, 10 assists, bro.
All right, I see how you gonna do. All right.
I ain't gonna do you like that. He missed the second free throw. They blowing the church's money. Oh, man, the Celtics are tripping. But the refs did rob him on that out-of-bounds call. Jimmy got the N1. That was a tough drive. That's a big boy play right there. That is a big boy play by Jimmy right there. They want this. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They want this to go 7 games anyway.
So here you go with the conspiracy theories.
I'm sorry, bro. If you just rewind your TV to that out of bounds call, there was no way you could have thought the Celtics hit it out, but he got the ball back.
Damn.
And Jimmy Butler got 43.
The Heat, man. You got to get him credit, bro. They all hard. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, they work hard.
They all hard, man.
Up still. I don't know why they fouled him. That was dumb. Was that a foul?
Damn, Jimmy got 43. Lord.
That's a good steal by PJ. They gave him the touch foul, so the Heat back to the free throw line. But this is the same thing that happened to the Heat whenever they went to the finals in the bubble. They don't have enough on the court, so Jimmy got to do so much that when he gets to if he does make it to the finals, he ain't got nothing left. You saw him in that bubble; he was out of gas by game 3. He was done.
Damn, man, Boston, come on, man. Tyler Hero probably he probably plays game 7, bro. If they win,
you got money on this, bro. If this go to 7, Boston gonna blow them out in that last game.
Man. So what? Game 7 will probably be on what, Sunday, I guess, huh?
Oh, Horford missed the 3. Yeah, the Heat better not screw this up. Oh, they called a foul. Hold on. What's up, Fitsanity? Oh, hold on. I got you.
Drop the link for Fitsanity, bro.
Yeah, I am. I was supposed to have been out of here. My wife probably mad at me. Oh.
Yeah, that's game out there, man.
Who fouled who?
Well, where's CB83? He's still in the chat. CB, you still in the chat, bro? I'm ready for him to get. I'm ready for him to give you that smoke, TD.
What's up? Ain't no smoke. I gotta get out of here after this.
I'm just enjoying this game on a beautiful Friday night. Listen, TD, you remember what you said? Whoever wins this series, you're a fan of them now. Like, you've been real heavy
man, what's
on the
up,
Celtics.
boy?
Trust me, I know.
I can't hear you. Let me try to put you on.
Well, you got this dude up here, TD.
I
don't
can't hear you.
listen.
Why is this not working? I can't hear you. But all I know is,
listen,
bruh, get 6 and what? Get Boston in 6.
Bro,
come on, man. I can't hear you at all. I wish I could hear you. I don't know why I can't hear you. Hold up. Let me see if I can.
Why are y'all jinxing y'all team like this?
We're not jinxing them. All I'm saying is,
there we go. I can hear you now.
All right.
All I'm saying is,
don't jinx your team right now. Don't jinx them right now.
What's up, my guy? How are you?
Legitimately, this is what we all expected to see throughout this whole series.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
This is what we expected.
You see that?
We weren't expecting blowouts. We finally got a game where it's like, okay,
my wife over
like,
here.
this is what
my wife over here. Look. She wearing this Celtics crap. She wearing this Celtics.
The Heat ain't played a single game impressive yet.
Oh, please, boy. Kyle Lowry, boy. He had a double-double on y'all tonight. My man dropped a 40 burger on y'all tonight. Come on now.
Kyle Lowry was one of the main reasons y'all lost the last game.
Game 1 and game 3 were impressive. Don't act like that. Jimmy being out that second half.
I wasn't impressive when both games you blew 20-point leads.
Hey, bro. A win is a win. Now, I will say this.
Tonight, what was y'all biggest lead? What was y'all biggest lead tonight?
It don't matter. We winning 10? Right now, guys.
It wasn't
maybe
10.
11?
It was, no. It
11?
wasn't 10 because early in the game, it was like 13.
Because we about to take this back to game 7, son. Game 7 up in here.
Like, They got 3-point shooters, so we gotta write it out. They can hit threes. Like
the refs want y'all to win this game anyway.
No.
Well, hey, I will say this: the refs have been terrible, Kenny. Like Kenny, they've been so bad in this game, in the series, bro.
Against Boston.
But no, both, bro, both. They've been bad on both sides. Bad on both.
Rebounds.
All right, it's a 4-point game. Now that he got an inbound, here come that defense.
Listen,
and they don't need to foul.
They don't.
Oh, you ahead of me.
They need to get a ball to Jimmy, and he need to make a freaking play. He better not screw it up either.
This game over. I don't know what y'all talking about.
We gotta close it out. We need a closer. Jimmy,
what up, Em? How you doing, Em?
2.2 to shoot.
Here we go.
Out of bounds.
Come on now.
2.2 to shoot.
Come on now. What's up? What's good, Stevie D?
What's up, my guy?
You better hit this desperation shot. This can seal the game. This is it right here.
They out here to us. I'm gonna need you to mute this because I'm gonna find out what's happening.
My wife mad that y'all ahead of us.
Jimmy just sealed the game, man.
Let's go. That's why he's Jimmy Get Buckets. We added the G.
Jimmy Get Buckets. I like that. Jimmy Get Buckets.
This
Y'all
year,
know good and well.
Jimmy Get Buckets.
Jimmy Butler is a 1B star.
Jimmy Get
He's a
Buckets.
1B.
Listen, Jimmy
overrated.
Every minute tonight.
Oh, don't hate. Don't hate.
Jimmy overrated.
1B.
Y'all sound like a bunch of haters right now. Don't hate.
Just like
Seven.
Then why did Heat
He
Nation
is
go
7,
crazy?
baby.
Why did Heat Nation go crazy when Embiid said the Heat need another star? Because y'all know it.
You ain't hear me say nothing about that. I addressed it.
Most teams have 2 max players. What's wrong with having a second max?
You
have
need
2 max
one.
for a
That's
reason.
all I'm saying. To win a championship, you need one.
But don't say he's a 1B when he has carried this team.
No, he is a 1B though. He's not a 1A. You think he on the level of Giannis Antetokounmpo? You think he on the level
Or KD?
You
or Steph Curry?
Any of them
Or
guys?
DeJounte Murray?
Giannis has a 1B over there. Don't
Who does Giannis have?
Or DeJounte Murray?
Insanity. Who does Giannis have with him?
Their closer. Don't get things twisted.
Jimmy is overrated.
Jimmy's not overrated, but Giannis doesn't have nobody with him. Giannis does not have nobody with him in Minnesota.
I'm not debating whether you got a 1B. I'm debating if you are a 1A. Jimmy's not a 1A. He is a 1B.
Okay.
I agree with that.
He's not a top 10 player.
Jimmy is overrated.
Jim, y'all said y'all. That's such a hater statement.
Jimmy Butler is not a top.
The man dropped 45 points tonight in Boston,
good.
And he's a 1B player.
Salute to him, man.
He's a 1B player.
Oh
Jimmy
my God,
Jimmy is a good player. He's a good player. I agree with TD. God, it pains me to ever agree with TD, but I have to agree with him on this one. He's no DeJounte Murray. He's a 1B guy. And that's why y'all will never win a title with Jimmy Butler as your primary guy.
Another guy.
We about to win Game 7, and we about to go ahead and beat Golden State, boy. Y'all watch out now. Watch out.
He's no DeJounte Murray for sure.
Yeah. Man, Jimmy Butler, man, he might be the 19th best player in the NBA.
Hey, I just wanted to come on here and just let you know. Because you called me and you were like, yo, Boston is 6, my guy. And I just wanted to remind you that it's
but
going
I
7.
told you that before the series started.
Well, you was wrong.
Yeah, Stephen but D. I didn't know. I also didn't know Smart and Horford wouldn't play in Game 1.
Stephen D., how long you been a Miami Heat fan?
Is that on us?
Real talk.
Hey,
real talk.
But I thought fully healthy. This over
real talk. Oh, okay. Because bro, you already know what your brand is known for.
Oh, flip flopping?
Yeah.
Hey, real talk. Real talk. I'm a LeBron fan. I love LeBron James.
Sorry to hear that.
LeBron James.
Sorry to hear that.
I hear you. Yeah.
LeBron these days is a 1F.
Oh man,
1F.
Boston, man. I don't have a good feeling about Game 7, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
For Boston?
Yeah.
EM, watch. They gonna blow him out, bro.
Go ahead, hey, EM, go ahead, just tell TD that. Make him feel that way.
If you Tatum, bro, if you Jason Tatum, this is your time. How do you allow this to happen on your watch?
No. Let me tell you what it is, though, EM. This is the playoffs, and this is where the Heat are smart.
Playoffs?
What happens is they foul every play. But as the ref, you're not going to call every single one of them. Look, and they did it all series. They just had 2 guys foul out tonight. But since the ref ain't going to call it that way every play.
Two field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. If you in Tatum, you're supposed to be the guy, man.
Look at how many times he got fouled, bro.
Man, no, I ain't trying to hear that. You the guy, bro. You up 3-2 on your home game 6 on your home floor, and you got 1 win to get to the finals. How do you let this happen? Man, no.
Boston did fight back.
That should have been a charging call.
Tatum should have did what Jimmy Butler has done, bro.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. The referees in this series have been straight garbage, straight horrible for both sides.
He was in his wind up while Oladipo was still moving.
I mean, I still got confidence in Boston, but damn, man, that's gonna be tough. I'm glad though, to be honest with you. I'm glad it's going to 7 because we get a game 7.
It's gonna be a fun game 7, Hall.
Yeah. When is that, Sunday, right?
Fun game 7.
It should be Sunday, right?
Sunday, yeah. Sunday night. Yeah. Sunday night.
Well, they still got to make it out of tonight.
What everyone isn't talking about is
they still got to make it. TD,
games.
This game is over, cuz.
This game is over, bro.
Game is over.
What I told you, TD, Heat in 7. Oh, they getting eliminated in 7? Okay.
Not Heat in 7. We get in the 7.
You sound just like my wife.
They cannot beat the Boston Celtics.
Boy, y'all Boston fans cry about anything, boy.
So that's a common foul or charging? Oh, so that's the third player to foul out.
It's 12.1 seconds, Hoss. And you don't have Reggie Miller.
Nah, it's over with, bro.
It's over. That's all. We got that. That's us.
Over.
Oh, yeah, the Heat ball?
That's the Heat ball. You see the Heat clapping over there, don't you?
That's weird to me.
But you know what? This is what happens when teams aren't outrageously shooting free throws against the other team, and there's a fighting chance. Like, look at how many foul shots Boston got compared to the other games. It's not even.
Yeah, but y'all were fouling as y'all always do. That's what y'all do.
We were getting fouled.
No, y'all foul every play. Everybody that flips
TD, real talk.
TD, real talk. Enforcing the refs to make
these refs are calling everything. These refs are calling everything.
Yeah, but at the same token, the Boston Celtics are being more aggressive, getting in the paint
to the hole. You're right, but not tonight.
And so y'all have to foul more. And I actually like that type of defense. Force the ref to call every single one, and at some point it makes
but the ref, tonight, real talk. Tonight's game, the referees had their hands so much in tonight's game, both ways.
So the Heat could win.
I mean, you call it what you want, but what I'll say is both teams were getting horrendous calls called against them.
Bro, you just saw at 2 minutes left, Jimmy Butler lose the ball out of bounds, and what did they call? And it couldn't have been more clear, Steven. And I bet you know exactly what play it is because you're sitting there with your wife, and I bet you she said that was out on the Heat.
Sorry, they didn't have a challenge. They already used it. That's not on us.
We didn't have a way to challenge it.
Yeah, no. But again, fourth quarter, ain't the ref supposed to look at it?
No, they took that away, TD.
They took that away.
And they took it away. Why? Because of the bubble.
So the Heat could win. You sound like a hater right now.
Yeah, but at the same token, the whole point of the matter is there ain't no way you didn't see that was out on Butler.
But they
just jumping up in the air with nowhere to go.
Say it again, Benito.
Looked at the charge without. It took time to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You can go look at the charge
because they challenged it.
Who challenged it?
Boston.
So hold on.
You get one challenge per half.
So they did have a challenge.
No,
they get one challenge
per game.
So then that's on
Oh,
Boston.
it is per game. I
Then
thought it
that's
was
on
per half.
Boston.
No,
That's
per
on
game.
Boston. They should have challenged that out of bounds because that was
They had
before the
already
charge.
challenged Grant Williams though against Jimmy Butler, the and one mid
Then
range.
why did they get to challenge this then?
Say what?
Because Miami used their challenge for Oladipo for the charge. They weren't trying to get Oladipo the charge, and it got overturned. That was Miami's challenge. Boston's challenge was when Grant Williams fouled Jimmy on the and one opportunity.
No, that ain't what I'm talking about. We're talking about right here, right now, the charging call.
Yes, Miami challenged that.
No, but they called the charge and they said they would look at it.
Because Miami challenged it.
Why would they challenge something that they already called?
Yeah, that's true.
They already called a charge. That was in favor of y'all.
Jimmy Butler,
they called a blocking.
No, I thought they called a charge and said they would look at it.
What did they call Tamika?
Blocking foul.
It was a blocking foul? Okay.
Yes.
And I don't even understand how you overturn that. The man already off of his feet before the man set.
007, yes. Jaylen Brown did miss those 2 free throws. That is true.
Well, that's true too. They killed themselves. I am telling y'all now, Game 7 is going to be a blowout Sunday night.
Oh, please get out of here with that,
drag the Heat on their home court. I am telling you.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Listen, they're going to have one of those days where they can't miss from the 3-point line. Why?
This is as best as Derek White could have played. Grant Williams didn't play well. I'll give you that.
But this ain't as best as the Celtics could have played.
I mean, what do you want from them?
You're going to get a 40-point Tatum night.
What do you want from them, TD?
You're going to get a 40-point. You're going to get a 40-point Tatum night. You're going to get a 25-point Brown night. You're going to get a 15 Horford and 17 Smart. And it's a wrap.
You can take Brown for granted because you don't know what you're going to
do. Hey, real talk. You want to know why the Heat won tonight? I'll tell you why the Heat won tonight. There's a couple reasons.
We're not dying.
But the biggest one is Kyle Lowry had a double-double. He stepped up tonight.
Kyle Lowry going to be the same one that played like a bum at home on Sunday.
What, Tamika, what?
I say Al Horford with the 3 fouls in the first half and not playing. It was 3 points. Come on.
He had 3 points the whole game.
That's why I said if Game 1, Horford and Smart was playing, this series would have been over in 6.
Oh, please.
It's all right. Listen, y'all live to fight another day.
We do. We'll see you Sunday night, cuz.
Sunday comes, and we find out if I give my life to the Miami Heat.
But I promise you on everything, my boy. I promise you on everything, my dude. Miami not losing Game 7 at home. We not losing Game 7 at home.
I told y'all, whoever win this series, I'm officially a fan of that team since I don't have an official team because I've always been a player fan and I follow players everywhere they go. Whoever win this series, I will then give my undying support to them. And I'm sorry, I just think
Tamika, what that sound like? What that sound like, Tamika? A flip flopper, don't it?
It ain't
just like a flip flopper.
I've never owned a team, Steven. You know, I don't one week say Tua to go, and the next week say, oh, he gotta go. You can only find that at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, on Miss Finn's show, not clock blockers, not on clock blockers, son.
Oh, man. No, flip floppers. Give it the right name. That's all right. The home of the swear jar.
The home of the swear jar. That EM always owed to the swear jar. EM always owed.
I still got credits on the books.
You do. You got a couple of dollars. You got a couple of dollars.
That's what's up.
Okay. If you say he got credit, but all them bad takes, he owe you more money, Steve. All them bad takes. But that's
all right, y'all. I'm a call tonight. I love you guys. I will. I guess I'll probably talk to y'all at the end of Game 7 when we are on we NBA Finals bound and TD all of a sudden is a Miami fan.
Hey, real quick, what y'all got? What are y'all doing for Memorial Day weekend? Any special plans?
Honestly,
the pool opens up at our apartment complex tomorrow, so we go to the pool. My dad's coming into town. And I'm gonna watch the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600, and then Game 7 on Sunday. That's my plan. To spend time with the family.
What's up?
I ain't got much this weekend. It's like the first year I haven't even thought about that, bro.
Hey, Javante Tank Davis fighting tomorrow night, so it's my turn to have a fight at my crib. So I got my family and my boys coming over for that fight tomorrow night, and
Nice.
just normal stuff on grilling out and chilling for the most part. That's all I got going on.
I already started. The party already started. Got the twisted tea.
That's why he be flip flopping every morning.
Just saying.
Twisted tea at 9 a.m., ladies and gentlemen.
That's not true.
Come grab a can.
Man.
Man, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do this weekend, man. We haven't even thought about that. We've been dealing with so much, and my son just finished his first year of school. Today was his last day.
That's what's up, man.
So that was pretty cool, man. But
y'all over that bug, TD?
I'm feeling a lot better,
Yo,
man. I hope I wake up tomorrow and I'm back.
I called up TD and TD was like, dude, I'm sick. I can't talk. I can't do nothing. That's what you sounded like yesterday.
I got sick of when we were when I was on your stream. When the Heat won that game and y'all got all delusional thinking they gonna win the series.
You had like a 5-day delayed reaction to that, and then all of a sudden you were sick 5 days later.
No, I was sick every day since then.
Oh, okay. It just got progressively. But you sound like you're not sick at all today. And yesterday you sound like you was going to die.
Better. I sound better today. These false narratives kept coming out, and I just kept getting better and better. I was training. I got to get stronger. These false narratives, like somebody's just an MVP all of a sudden. I got to get ready to get back in there. That's all it was, man. And I came back with some energy. Ethered EM. 2 straight.
Okay. You got Devo as always.
Listen,
hey, they got a Friday marathon on right now, bro. On
really?
Yeah. Damn, man, they got all kind of movies on tonight of Friday the 13th.
Swear jar. Oh wait, I thought I was on my morning show. My bad.
They got a Friday marathon going on, bro. Well, it is Memorial Day weekend. They normally step their game up, with movies and stuff, on holidays. So.
My plans for Memorial Day weekend as a former Marine is to honor those that made the ultimate sacrifice. So we are able to sit here and argue about NFL, NBA Tour, etc. Salute to you, Sith Lord. I agree, man.
Yep. Salute to you.
You know what, Sith Lord? I was gonna let you have it because I saw your unflattering comments about me early in the comments. But since you put it out there that you're an ex-Marine and you're a former service member, I'm gonna let you make it tonight. We'll pick that up at another day.
I'm gonna let you slide, cuz I'm gonna let you slide
tonight only. So, well, salute to you anyway. Salute to you for real talk.
Yeah, I think we'd been arguing about.
Hey, real quick, Tamika, do you have any final thoughts about your Celtics tonight, honey?
Wow.
Huh?
We're winning on Sunday.
Thank you.
It sounded like you said the Heat were winning on Sunday night, babe. Really? That's what it sounded like.
Steven, are you
huh?
Steven, are you a sore loser? Because if y'all lose Sunday, how you gonna feel?
We not gonna lose. We not gonna lose, cuz.
Okay.
What'd you say, babe?
Gonna be sad.
You're gonna go through the whole case of them twisted teas.
Yo, real talk, I bought a whole case because I thought tonight I was gonna have to go through it.
Yeah, you were nervous on that comeback. Every time they came back, you popped.
I was like, well, I might as well get drunk this weekend just to deal with this because my dad coming too, and he's a big Boston fan, so I thought he was gonna be like, let's go Celtics. So, but I'm glad I ain't gotta listen to all that. I ain't gotta listen to it.
Well, you know what? I might just stream Sunday night game. I might do it. My inauguration.
I was thinking about doing it.
My inauguration of a fan base.
Oh, so you go. So what's your? So you're rooting for the Heat on?
Listen, I can care less who wins. I know Golden State gonna win it all.
Look who popped up in the chat, TD. That we have Esther Bengals in the chat right now.
That's the Bengals.
Yeah. Drop that link real quick. I got some smoke for him with that about that Javante Tank Davis fight.
Oh my God, that. I can't. You're gonna get me in trouble. I'm supposed to have been into this stream.
Yeah, he saved you, Esteban. You better be glad he.
Why you say he saved you? Leave that.
Let me tell you what it is, Steven.
He was talking noise early about Tank, bro.
Here's the low key. Here's the low key truth.
Real quick, TD,
TD, and Esteban.
Real quick, TD, real quick. y'all know Esteban is a closet racist. He hate black fighters, bro. He hate black boxers, bro.
Oh my God!
He
Get
do, real
out.
No,
talk.
stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Don't do that to Esteban.
That man hates black fighters, boy.
No.
You should hear him. Oh my
No.
God. He
Hey,
know I'm telling the truth.
I ain't
He's
gonna
a
lie to
racist
you,
bastard. He is. He is. But anyway, go ahead, TD. Go ahead.
Listen, man, Esteban and EM been arguing about boxing for over
I
a
know.
year now. And I ain't gonna lie, when I hear their point of views, Esteban be murking them sometimes.
Yo,
Yeah, okay.
and what's funny is they do it on my show in the morning, and I'll be like, I have like 100 people watching, and then when they start talking about boxing, I get down to 20, and they just kill my listenership by talking about boxing, bro.
Yeah, okay. Hey man, I love boxing too. Just like I love football is king, but I love boxing too. Boxing, is what it is.
Hey, I got a question because I didn't really watch the whole game. Because I was arguing. How did the Heat play well tonight?
The Heat
Somebody
won.
in the comment section trying to say they played a great game, as great as they
Well,
could
to
play.
me, you watched the whole game. What do you think? To be honestly,
I would not. Laurie did better than he had, but I wouldn't say great game. The referees helped y'all a lot.
but the referees were giving y'all crap too.
Blowing the whistle a lot. But
Well, that tells me
Can
Celtics
I
probably
comment?
gonna beat them by 25 on Sunday, y'all.
Can I comment?
Jimmy had 45 and Lowry went off.
with 3 fouls in the
it's a
first
wrap.
half.
Say what? Harford with 3.
Horford with 3 fouls by halfway in the second quarter. Come on, you know that's a little ludicrous. That man don't foul out of game.
I mean, PJ Tucker was in foul trouble. Lowry
The
was
whole
in foul
game.
trouble.
Tucker's been in foul trouble the whole series.
They were calling fouls both ways. See, this is why I tell Boston fans there's a difference between getting regular common fouls and shooting fouls. And in previous games, Boston was getting shooting fouls, hence the free throw disparity. But now that there were more common fouls and the seeds weren't going to the line as much, you have an even playing field. Did the rest help the Heat out? Absolutely.
Oh,
There were
enough
some
said.
calls where I was like, what's the name?
But it works both ways.
Exactly.
Yes, it does.
It works both ways because for
Listen.
the first
See, even
time,
she just said it.
for the first time, Miami was aggressive and lived and died in the paint. They were not jacking up threes at the
Jimmy-
outrageous pace that they were. They were attacking for the first time in this series, and that's why they were getting shooting fouls.
Jimmy Butler had 47 and Lowry put up, I believe, 20.
He had a
Game is
double-double. He had a
over for
double-double.
week 7. Game
But see,
7, it is over. If Jimmy put up 47 in game 6, it
Uh-huh.
is over. Jimmy ain't scoring 30 in the next game.
Yes, he is.
This is classic Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
This is classic Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy-
You
what
put
you
up
said to me?
anything over 35,
You hear
you
Tamika
better not
said,
ask him to do that
Tamika
the
said
next
10
game.
points next game. Jimmy Butler, get
You
out of here
better
with
not
that
ask
madness.
Jimmy Butler to do
Jimmy-
nothing in the next game. He put up
Jimmy doing
47 tonight. He ain't
First of
even
all,
going to exist in the next
The
game.
only reason why Jimmy didn't have 50 is because he was trying to chase a triple-double in the first half.
That's
Don't
right.
do that.
You
Don't
tell
do
him.
that.
Even worse.
All them layups he passed up, he was chasing a triple-double. And I said, Jimmy,
it
you
don't
need
matter.
to stop.
It don't
Stop.
matter. All I know is when Jimmy score more than 35, you might as well say he ain't on the team the next game. And y'all know that to be true. Y'all know that is the case. Y'all ain't ever had a back-to-back game from Jimmy Butler since he been in Miami. Don't lie.
First of all, he was dealing with a severe knee injury for the last 3 games.
How long Jimmy Butler been in Miami?
Huh? First
How
of
long
all,
Jimmy
Jimmy had 30 the first game and 29 game 2. So don't say he can't do it.
I told you he ain't getting more than 30.
He's
I
getting
told you he ain't getting more than 30. So if you got a 47 from Butler and a 20 from Lowry, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Jimmy's getting 30. I don't care what he needs to do. He's getting 30.
All right, y'all. I'm out, man. Y'all have a good weekend. We'll TD, we'll chop it up here in a little bit. Finsanity. I hope you have a good weekend, darling. Stephen D.
Thank you.
Stop that flip-flopping. Stop so much flip-flopping, bro. Oh,
Can't
yeah,
do
by
it.
the way, I know you had me when I come up on your show, bro, you put me on there. You don't have me waiting backstage. Do you hear me? Don't let that happen again, bro. Yeah.
TD gave me new rules for you. He said, look, when EM come in the back room, you
When
make him wait.
When I get backstage, you do not let me
people
wait.
can only take bad takes, but so much, bro. You gotta be reasonable, bro.
All right, man. We'll chop it up this weekend,
All
TD.
right.
I'll holler at y'all, man. Y'all be
Let
good.
me get back on these delusionals about Jimmy Butler. I told y'all, in Jimmy Butler, he allergic. It is rare for him to have back-to-back 30-point games.
All right, I can't take no more of this. I gotta go. I got stuff to do.
No. You're gonna hear this last one. Game 1, 41. Shockingly, he put up 29 in game 2. Game 3, 8 points. Game 4, 6 points. Game 5, 13 points. He was saving up points for the 47.
Game 3,
now
he didn't play the second half.
I don't care if he played the same half. He only had 8 at halftime.
First of all,
he shouldn't have played the second half. At least the coach competent enough to make sure he ain't out there. He had 6 points in game 4.
Playing on an injured knee the next 2 games. You could see that he wasn't even as aggressive as he was tonight.
Yeah,
his whole game changed.
No, say the next 3 games because then he put up 13. The man scored 13, 6, and 8.
He only played a half in game 3. We're on game 6, so game.
Insanity.
Y'all might as well get used to
8 points
seeing
at halftime.
this right there. NBA champions, Miami Heat. That's what y'all need to get used to seeing.
You scored 8 points at halftime.
Okay, do you remember what the score was?
The next game you scored 6.
TD, let's look at the flow of the game. Game 3 is when Bam went the heck off. Please understand the game when you talk about these stats.
8 points.
Please understand what you're talking about when you're talking about what you're talking about. Bam was going the heck off. What do you want from him?
8 points.
And we were up double digits at half. What do you want?
And what I'm trying to tell you, Finsanity, any 1A star, they co-star can go put up 30 and they still get
I can't with you, yo.
Tatum had 10 and a half.
Finsanity, don't stoop to TD's level. He don't know what he's talking about.
What are you talking about?
No.
Listen, TD, hold on. Stick to TD football talk.
How are you going to sit here and justify a 3-game stretch of 8, 6, and 13 for somebody y'all call a 1A player?
First of all,
I've never in my life,
I don't care what context of the game it is,
heard of 1A and 1B players.
8, 6, and 13.
That happened once LeBron and Wade got together, but I mean,
LeBron ain't never had no 3-game stretch of 8, 6, and 13. Dwayne Wade ain't never had no game stretch of 8, 6, and 13.
The man was playing on
I'll go a step further. Bosch ain't never had no 3-game stint of 8, 6, and 13.
A severely injured knee.
It wasn't.
You could see that he wasn't being aggressive nor playing his game.
Let me show you what a real star does in the playoffs, like Jason Tatum. 30, 34, 46, 23, 29, 27, 10. One time, 31, 22, 30. Hey, he scored under 25 points 2 times in the whole in 12 games.
Tatum is a pure scorer. Tatum is a shooter.
And that's why Jimmy Butler is a 1B.
Oh,
and he really a B player. He's just a 1B because he the best thing on the Heat.
Okay.
It is what it is. Jimmy Butler ain't no superstar.
Okay.
He's just not. He's a really good player.
Listen,
that's it.
When Jimmy Butler wants to play his game and be aggressive, you get games like this. We could talk about game 3 where he only had 8.5, but that was also because the game plan was to get Bam going, and Bam was literally killing Boston in the paint. Like, that's the only game that Heat fans could say Bam showed up, like, legitimately.
Every time he has.
Hold up, let me finish. The next 2 games, he's playing on a completely injured knee. He's limping during shoot around, barely putting up shots. So, like, and he's not even his jump shot. He's not elevating the way he normally does. I'm the same person. If you go to the Bleacher Report community and said, Jimmy has to be aggressive and carry this team because he is the only consistent thing we have when he wants to be that. But he was playing injured and he was playing labored. So yes, his game fell completely off. He was not being aggressive. He wasn't even like, jumping passing lanes like we normally see him do. You keep seeing him driving to the basket and he's passing out like layups, contested layups, which he normally takes.
Should have had 55. I agree. But Jimmy Butler, we know that he's a good player. We already know this. He could be. He's a great player. He's a great 1B player. We know this already. But the problem with Jimmy Butler, when he goes out and throw up 47, he non-existent after that.
Okay,
That's the problem with Jimmy Butler. When you play 46 minutes, which you had to because elimination, the most minutes you played in any game in these playoffs, you will be non-existent in the next game.
But that's
when you put up 30 shots tonight, 46 minutes and 30 shots.
That's what star players do.
Well, first of all, this is the first, like one of the first times he did that.
That's what a star player does.
And why he did it one time out of 10 games. One time he put up 30 shots out of 10 games. If that's what stars do.
So you're talking about the whole playoffs?
Whole play. I'm just saying in general.
Well, Atlanta was an uneven matchup for us anyway.
I mean, you know what? Excuse me. I'm not even talking about Atlanta. I'm only talking about the 76ers and Celtics. So I didn't even look at Atlanta. I'm just talking about the last 10 games.
Because those games, we were playing more as a team. Like, we looked more fluid as a team. I don't know what has happened in this Boston series, but a lot of the missed shots, the missed threes, the missed open shots, the non-rebounding, this is what you get. So now that we're playing tougher competition, Jimmy has to step up even more. But when you're playing...
I apologize. Jimmy never put up 30 shots. He had 29. He never put up 30.
When you have to, what's the name? Game plans change per series, TD.
It is the 76ers. That was my bad. Yeah, I get that. All I'm saying to you, Jimmy Butler is a great player. I'm not debating that. What I'm saying, he is a 1B star. And at the end of the day, after he played games where he played 46 minutes, putting up 47 points, I want to see how well he plays in the next game. I want to see how well Kyle Lowry plays in the next game. These guys are consistently inconsistent in that area. They don't know how to typically put up back-to-back unless they're super fresh. And after playing limited minutes for the last few games, he should be fresh.
After playing every other day for the last week and a half.
Exactly. This the playoffs. Who not gonna hit that wall? Who got enough to give it they all through the end? You saw it in the bubble. Jimmy Butler was done by game 3 in the bubble. The team forced him, and I'm not blaming him, but the team forced him to do too much. And right now, they're leaning on him to do too much.
I think Jimmy doesn't get the credit because people don't see him as a pure jump shot scorer. Whereas, like
1B is credit. You want us to say that he's 1A?
I want to say that, like, legitimately, when you are out here with what he has, and you have your team in the Eastern Conference Final. Like, you have to give some credit to that.
No, but not him. The Heat have always historically under Pat Riley known how to build a good, solid roster. Y'all built a good, solid roster. But the way these teams are constructed right now, that ain't going to be enough to beat Golden State. I still don't think it's enough to beat Boston.
No.
And
I don't think any Eastern team can beat Golden State just from the simple fact that they're just severely injured.
And I agree with that as well. I think that Golden State is going to win it all. But what I'm saying to you is that's why the Heat, I don't feel like they're a championship team.
I'll tell you one thing. If the Heat get there, we're going to give them a run for their money.
Yeah. Just like the Lakers in the bubble, right?
Huh?
Just like the Lakers in the bubble, right?
We played our hearts out.
Yeah, but they put too much on Jimmy.
And we lost 2 starters. So, I mean, I hate when people bring up the bubble as if we were a completely healthy team. Like, stop. Like, you can keep throwing the bubble out all you want. That team, when healthy, would have at least gotten to a game 6. Would have at least gotten to a 7 game.
Would they have won the series?
Huh?
Would they have won the series healthy?
No, because I don't think LeBron would have allowed them to win.
You mean Rondo? Let's make sure we get it straight.
LeBron and AD that year, like, it made that trade look like it was worth it. Now, years down the road, you're like, oh, Lonzo Ball can actually play. Brandon Ingram is actually good. Kuzma, he had a little thing in Washington, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, Kuz. Like,
yeah, but that was still the right trade to make because those young guys together still wouldn't win no chip.
Not at that moment, no. They were too
even
young.
If they played the way they played with their team this year, they wouldn't win no chip.
With LeBron, yes, they would have.
No, they wouldn't win no chip because LeBron takes away from what they would have been able to do.
First of all, people forget like LeBron was really trying to get Ingram's mid-range going. Like people forget that. Like I used to
agree,
watch,
but
watch
Ingram became the dude over there, though. He became the number one with the injuries of Zion.
Right.
But that would have never been the case with LeBron.
But he learned a lot of that. See, how can you say you agree that LeBron would let Ingram get his? LeBron likes to defer. So if you can go out and get yours, LeBron has no problem with that.
Here's the problem.
LeBron, when he has to carry, just like Jimmy, when he has to carry, he has shown up and done that.
Here's the problem with LeBron and how he usually messes up most stars that play with him. Okay? Here's the issue with him. He was the number one so much that you turn the other players into spurt players. You don't make them he never made them a vocal part of the offense. And that's the problem with LeBron. So he doesn't know how to play his game within the flow of the system. The closest LeBron you've seen do that was in Miami, but D Wade had to be the one that sacrificed.
You really want to do this?
We can do it. This is a fact with LeBron. How you take a Kevin Love, who is a perennial all-star, he get with LeBron and he's stuck in the corner because LeBron want to throw him the ball once every 6 plays to hit a 3.
Is that on LeBron or is that on coaching?
That's on LeBron James
and
because that's the way he plays.
And that's also on Kyrie and how he plays downhill.
No, that's on LeBron James.
That's also on
Was Kyrie better? Was Kyrie better with LeBron or without him?
With.
Yeah, you done lost. Kyrie consistently can put up 40 a night without him. With LeBron, Kyrie got to be the 22 and sometimes going off for 30 on occasion.
The only scorer on the team, then yeah, I would think so.
Kyrie is a one. Kyrie was
if you're the only person that's able to score on your team and the ball's in your hand because you're the point guard and you choose not to pass, then yeah, I would think you could drop 40.
But that's the problem. That's not always the case with LeBron, though. He typically ain't the only one that can score, but he hogging so much.
He passes too much.
No. This is the problem with LeBron. He don't pass too much. The problem, the thing with LeBron is when he passes. It's not that he passes too much. If he gonna be the quintessential point guard, that's fine. But the issue is with LeBron, he passes too much late in the game when he needs to take the game over.
I have literally seen spurts where LeBron is trying to let his teammates get it. The other team gets a 5-point lead, and LeBron is like, okay, I need to get involved.
No. See, context behind that. LeBron James will hog the ball for 8 minutes straight. And then he'll say, okay, let me get my teammates involved. They done ran all up and down the court cold, playing defense. Now they cold. Ain't taking a shot yet.
Do you want to talk about all the leads the Lakers have blown?
I get it.
When LeBron goes to the bench?
What I'm saying, no, see, that's the point. Because everybody running up and down the court out of rhythm.
The one thing LeBron has always wanted around him is shooters. Why would you want shooters around you if
because
you're not going to use them?
The reason why you want shooters around you, is because you're going to hog the ball and you just want a guy to just be able to catch it and shoot. You don't want a guy to make plays.
Top of the paint waiting for guys to cut.
You don't want guys. How you going to cut? How you gonna cut at the same time as him when he bulldozes into the rim?
He's standing at the top of the key directing. What are you
Why
talking
do you think
about?
Anthony Davis and LeBron James struggled at first because the paint was too congested? LeBron would try to drive in the paint when Anthony Davis already down there.
TD, yeah, and there was times when he would also lob. And that was what they were running.
But that was only when they ran the pick and roll. We talk about LeBron doing his regular ISO, getting in the lane, and it was too congested because AD was already down there.
How many times has LeBron dropped the ball to AD? Believe me, someone who used to bet AD's over on rebounds and points back in that season, I would know. There was times when AD's shot was going, LeBron would let AD cook. What are you talking about?
No, I didn't say he wouldn't let AD cook, but here's what you fail to realize. Who was more productive with LeBron? Who was more productive with AD? When LeBron was running the point or when Rondo was running the point?
Rondo. Because he would
exactly
get more lobs.
But that's the whole point. AD
But
was
that's
more
what Rondo's known
productive.
for.
AD was more productive because the offense, when Rondo ran it, the offense went through AD. When LeBron ran the point, the offense went through him.
So when LeBron was on the bench and AD was the primary scorer, of course he would be better with Rondo because he's a primary scorer now.
When all three of them on the court at the end of the game, AD was still balling out at the end of games when Rondo was running the point, taking the ball out of LeBron's hand.
Because LeBron was deferring.
No, Rondo would tell, hey, man, you go over there. Let me operate this play.
So LeBron was deferring.
LeBron wasn't. Okay, maybe. Okay. If you want to say he was deferring,
you could have had Rondo.
Well, that's the problem with LeBron.
IQ.
He didn't defer enough for his teammates when he was in Cleveland. That was his issue. He wanted to be. He was the only guy doing anything, and then when he wanted to rely on his teammates, he wondered why they would miss the big shot.
Cleveland, this is for you.
He wondered why they would miss the big
LeBron
shot.
had to go to Kyrie and say, I need you to be more aggressive. That is a fact. He went to Kyrie and said, I need you. I can't carry this on my own.
And what did Kyrie say? Well, give me the ball 41. More. And Kyrie got the ball more.
Absolutely.
And finally he saw.
But Kyrie was getting the ball.
I'm suppressing a giant.
For the first time, I saw someone take it to Clay. If you really want to talk about it, Kyrie took it to Clay in that series. And
because LeBron finally stopped dribbling the ball out, making somebody shoot with 5 seconds left.
No, because Kyrie finally started asserting himself because LeBron said, what's the name? He could. I'm sorry.
Like I said, LeBron James was suppressing Kyrie early on.
Who?
It was that simple until Kyrie said, no, man, I'm going to take this on myself.
You can't even say that.
How many times did you see Kyrie get the inbound ball and wave LeBron off?
Plenty.
You really going to get me mad. I need you to text. Plenty. I need you to text Hill and say, I'm sorry for keeping TD because she mad at me right now.
You know what? We'll finish this. We'll finish this Sunday.
She just sent me a mad. She just sent me a mad text.
I'm sorry, Hill. I'm sorry.
She can't hear you. She texted to me.
But I will tell you this. When LeBron's on the team, for the most part, except for this last year when he was hurt.
He was a bum.
The first year, he was hurt. Playoffs.
He was a bum.
They got Phoenix. Phoenix gave him the business. They were the better.
LeBron's days are over, Finsanity. It's downhill from here.
Hey, listen, every player goes through that.
He needs to go join a team where he could be the third best.
Listen, all I know is that even if they trade LeBron, the Lakers can go through what they went through again post Kobe. RIP. It don't matter. It don't matter to LeBron because guess what? Any team right now would want LeBron. Except for Golden State. We'll
see. We'll keep this up. Hopefully you're around on Sunday. We'll see.
I'll be here. I'll be here Sunday, win or lose. I promise. I'll be here.
All right. Love you, sis, as always. All right.
Love you too. Okay.
All right. I'll see you later. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Thank y'all for the love and rocking with us tonight. I'm finna get up out of here. The wife mad at me because, like I said, this was supposed to be an hour stream, but it ended up being 3 hours. So let me go face the heat. No pun intended. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. I am out.